What's up, everybody? Welcome to Constructive
salad.
Chaos,
And
where we run
welcome
our D&D live stream and talk about tikka masala every Wednesday
And
at 7
larb.
p.m.
And larb. Don't forget the larb.
Right, LARP, right.
Alex has been craving tikka masala. These are the voices in his
I'm
head.
hungry now.
What do you... What?
Never mind, go.
Voice, you were
in your
confusing me.
Oh, that's the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually our voice is on the top, and I was like, it's not moving when Alex is talking.
Pay attention
We're
to
here.
the voice.
It's 7 p.m. It is Wednesday, my dudes, and we have a very special stream for you all tonight. Quite a few surprises. I won't spoil them just yet, but I will start off by thanking our amazing sponsor, Tabletop Beard, for continuing their sponsorship with the stream and sending us their new range. Well, it's the same old amazing Ranger beard oil, but they have a new shiny label. And as such, we have made a new ad for them that you can check out right now. Is important, even as a wilderness exploring ranger. With this beard oil from Tabletop Beard, you too can pass without a trace by blending into the wilds as you track your prey, arrow notched and bow drawn. More than anything, you'll enjoy the scent of forest, fresh rain, and leather, as the premium oil blend nourishes the skin beneath, and the matching beard butter tames your wayward strands for a healthy foundation ripe for new growth. Truly embody your inner TTRPG character with an enchanting scent that matches your rugged spirit, and finish the hunt by scoring a critical hit with Tabletop Beard today.
Catch.
Welcome back, everybody. So, oh God, please don't. We're passing around the amazing scent from this
The
Ranger
best
beard oil.
line.
If you want some for yourself, you can check out their website in the description below and use code CHAOS20 at checkout for 20% off. They have amazing oils, butters, balms. It's really good stuff. Please check them out.
If somebody takes my suggestion.
Yeah, well, I may not be at liberty to say, but you will be pleased soon enough.
What?
Potentially.
Don't tease me.
Yeah, maybe. That said, we do also have our good friends at Darkeport up here. Check out their logo and check out their stream if you're interested in some more live action D&D with some amazing role play and very emotional beats. Especially if you enjoyed tonight's session. I won't allude to too much, but we might be getting emotional tonight and channeling our inner Darkeport in some ways.
Am I gonna cry tonight?
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
You might. With all that said, I will leave the rest of the surprises for the actual stream itself. It is now time for us to
roll that beautiful beam footage.
Yes, thank you, voice. On point tonight, voice. The warm morning atmosphere of this peaceful farming town sours beneath a deadly dose of disarray. Fresh breakfasts and daybreak brews now drip and dribble upon the tavern floor, where paled farmers and dazed travelers do also sprawl in a mess of madness. You look upon your two assailants, Weaver assassins playing at sun-touched soldiers of Imsford, when a sudden telling chill runs the length of your spine. By instinct, you scan the scene around you to quell your superstitions, and in a moment they are proven true. A hollow wind tugs at your heart, causing it to sink as a woman steps out from a field of stars appearing in front of Valoth, and you ready yourself for whatever comes next, as she stands no more than a breath away. Welcome back, everyone.
Oh my God.
We're here.
So now that Chad has seen the intro and all of you have seen the intro, we can discuss some of our other surprises. You may notice that our character stats are now animated, including our little labels at the bottom.
They're
So you can see them like
wibbly-wobbly.
moving around and doing their thing. It's super fun. I love it. And I'm super appreciative of the amazing art that we got from Gabriel Vittoria. Last time I showcased it, I had to cut it short because our audio cut out.
Yeah.
But now it won't. So check out this art.
animated.
It's awesome.
Yeah, Drazaz's like flexing.
It's amazing.
Wow.
We love
Wait,
it.
I haven't
It is
seen
really
yet.
cool.
Come on.
So
There's some lag on this side.
I will say that's not the end of the surprises tonight.
Drum roll,
yeah.
drum roll.
Is
Because-
there not?
As we rejoin the four of you after your tussle with the Weaver assassins disguised as sun-touched soldiers, a new figure approaches. teleporting just in front of Valoth in a field of stars.
A challenger?
One of us.
Challenger approaches Valve, runs.
Angel, would you let us know who we see?
So, I believe that my girl was just in front of Valoth, yes?
Yeah, you are about a breath away from his face, almost intently staring at his features.
So, she bears a strong resemblance to him.
Mhm.
And although her hair has still a hint of sunlight to it, so it's mainly silver, mainly of the moon, but has a little bit of the sun. Delicate but compact build, intense, but also kind of a sense of serenity in her eyes, which also have that uncanny blackness to them with the bluer than blue pupils. And for a moment, she just looks. She has flowing white robes, but they're also cinched at certain places. And immediately you would see these pretty prominent bracers and greaves that she's wearing, but she seems unarmored otherwise. And does she have her signature weapon with her?
She definitely would. Yeah.
Okay, in this case. So there's also this stark white glaive.
Ooh.
And it has a blade to it that has a hint of blue and sometimes amethyst pulses off of it. Like a soft amethyst aura to it.
Does she look like hostile? Or like we can't really get a read yet?
Right now she looks composed. GM, what do you think? Is she?
I think it's up to you, but I think she would be composed in this moment.
Okay.
Pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Valoth is just gonna, very surprised and kind of take a step back and what are you doing here? As he's gripping his staff.
Dragon's dream. It is thee. I didn't expect to see you here, out like this, and injured. And she'll actually take kind of a concerned step forward. Probably notice the rest of you because I think the party's close to him because they were protecting him.
Yeah, I think I just picked him up, so I'll step in front and be
Okay.
like, whoa.
Okay.
New person. Like,
We just have to pick him up twice.
I just healed this guy twice.
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
need
burning
you
any
to-
more spell slots. Who is this, Valoth?
Yeah.
She takes a practiced half step back, seeming to kind of bend her knees a little bit, and still nods her head to in acknowledgement to your character, Brett, and then but still mainly looking at Val.
Val will kind of push Odd's hand down and say, she's a friend, I think.
Is this your lover?
No.
Is this your mother?
I knew it.
Considering that I was there when he took his first breath, that would be interesting, to say the least.
Oh, kinky.
This your mama.
I like it.
No.
Kish
Twin sister.
I like the guessing. I like this.
I'm gonna stop answering.
She's actually she'll actually laugh a bit at that. May I to Odd?
Yeah, I'll move out the way.
These are your companions then.
Yes, we've been traveling together since I left.
And forgive me, almost called you your old name. How long has that been? Time is a little different for me now.
Val will kind of like look around. Are any of the other like people here like listening, or like they're still kind of picking themselves up from the fight?
Yeah,
or?
they're very much kind of piecing themselves together. You can now, I'll say, make a perception check for me to see how well you can spy their expressions.
Nat 20.
Okay. Wow. Wow, right off the
Okay, that's
bat.
a good way to start it off.
And while we have this hype up, thank you, Grim Reaper, for 5 gifties.
Yes.
Welcome in
Thanks,
our
Grim.
new members. Thank you for joining the Chaos crew. And thank you, Grim. I'll add your Chaos points here in a second.
Grim manifested that.
Always
Yeah,
coming in with
Absolutely.
with the amazing generosity.
Also,
Thank you so
very
much.
cool to hear Grim from this side.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Hey, Alex, I texted you real quick.
Okay.
Oh my god, so many
It's cool.
secrets.
And it's not really a secret. Just touch portal is not working for me.
Oh,
no.
it's because I
not a
didn't
secret.
turn it on.
that
I'll
makes
get there.
sense.
Unacceptable.
Normally, you were the one fussing at me.
Not today.
Not
Fuss.
today.
Today I'm fussing at me.
Fuss.
Fuss.
So, amidst your reconnection and reminiscing, a silent tension has grown amongst the patrons as they come to and begin to assess the victors of this battle they saw do harm to them. In particular, one halfling farmer looks up from his worse off friend who he's kind of holding in an arm, trying to help them regain consciousness. He's wide-eyed and he has fresh food stains covering his simple clothes. He looks to all of you. Stay back. We don't want no trouble.
Is the friend like knocked out? Or
He's like coming to, but he's definitely dazed in this moment.
We did not start this. The imposters did. As I point to the.
I'll healing word to his friend. I'll be like, "What's your friend's name?"
That there is Sakar.
Sakar. Don't die.
You see his friend. Aye, thanks.
For the bare minimum of hit points you can get.
You see him.
6,
He was mostly knocked unconscious and blinded by that bright light exuded by the weaver that attacked the entire room.
Yeah.
And so you see his eyes sort of blink, and he looks to you almost questioningly because he's not sure who exactly to think, but he thinks it's you.
That's right. Yeah. Keep.
Yes,
Keep-
thank
yeah.
me.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. You did it. Good job, little buddy.
Now, they are very confused.
Yeah.
You have to understand, as we are. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
In
lay off them.
in response to your
Oh,
question,
okay.
like after looking and seeing all these people, you would just say, "We might want to continue this conversation elsewhere."
Agreed. Although it seems you have a additional person to contend with, and she'll motion down to the weaver. I believe was tied up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were?
did we?
We tied him up and spared the dying.
Oh.
You say we.
This man over here.
Okay, so do we...
Who we tied up the
one the leader,
The leader.
right? Yeah.
Oh, the leader, not the other one.
Okay. There's too many bar patrons around. I'm gonna message you, and say, do we stay to explain ourselves, or do we just split and leave the captive here with them?
I can explain ourselves.
You're talking about the people
don't
like
doubt it.
like what happened in
Yeah.
this bar?
Yeah.
Oh, Valeth kind of like shaking back to the reality and was just like, "Oh, I don't know."
I'm gonna be like, okay, everybody gather around.
Oh
You
no.
see see everyone is kind of on their feet now, even if some of them do have like a hand on a table or a chair, sort of bracing themselves. And I will say, you in your periphery spy another figure behind the bar that quickly drops behind as you give them a bit of focus. A mop of dirty blonde hair is all you catch before they disappear completely with a panicked yelp.
I think we talked to the bartender, right?
You would have.
Yeah.
This is them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gnomish bartender.
I'll be like, everybody come to the bar, please. I have an announcement to make, and then I like motion to y'all to like pick up the tied person, take them out,
Yeah.
and then
That's on
like
you, my booty.
Yeah.
almost like a Men in Black style. Like if you look right here, I'll explain everything. And
And you cast fireball. Now.
yeah.
Make a persuasion check, as you see some people are like looking at the door, like they might just leave.
Oh, it's in that one.
Whoa.
Wait, use your
Okay.
reaction. We have stuff in the chat.
I will use a reaction.
Holy crap.
Our reaction to
20
use a
gifties.
69 in chat.
Thanks,
Justin! Thank you, man. Thank you
There's
so
no
much.
69 in that chat, Brett.
I will use my reaction to use the 69 that we have in chat.
No. Alex, I apologize. I'm taking their access away from them. Yeah, no.
No,
Funner than
I'll use 11 in chat for.
Justin, thank you so much for the 20 gifties. That is unparalleled generosity for the stream. What a way to kick it off. Gotta love our Darkport fam here and abroad. Justin, next time we'll have you out. We'll have you come out here and hang out with us.
Yep.
Spoilers.
We got
Yeah.
this.
Spoilers, man.
Yeah.
He'll play a bad guy.
He'll play a bad guy. He's really good.
We
at it.
ain't figured out if he's a bad guy yet.
Right. Make him roll something, Alex.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, make him use a dice, Alex. Nope. Yeah, exactly. I'll use 11 in chat for 22 overall.
Okay.
And to get everybody's attention, come to the bar.
You
and-
see a couple of people were going for the door, and like seeing you, they think better of it, and they care about their town.
Yeah.
They want to know what foul machinations have brought such vile violence here inside of their favorite tavern. So they group around.
As I get everybody to the bar, I'll buy around for everybody. So everybody has a drink.
You go to buy around, and
Yeah.
you see that the barkeep is still like sort of cowering behind the counter. And as you like make eye contact, your persuasion check sort of like takes
her
hold.
around you.
What? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you definitely buy your bartender a shot. Yeah.
You see her in
A drink.
particular. She's got like these really large round glasses. She's got blonde hair that I mentioned before that sort of droops into bangs that almost scratch at her bright blue eyes. She's got like a pale freckled complexion as she sort of gets up. She looks middle-aged for a gnome, but maybe there's some youth left there.
So, 20 gold, good for a round and a good tip?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so I give her the money and say, start pouring the drinks. And as I get everybody's attention, I'm like, we are part of an elite task force that has been sent to smoke out these...
We do know they were with the.
Yeah, I was going to say that, yeah. To smoke out the assassins that have killed your king.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna go over and pick up the.
Yeah, exactly.
I start like inching to the door slowly, and I make eye contact with Flora, and I just.
Yeah.
You stepped out of a room, right?
I'm like,
Yeah,
thank you,
I did.
citizens, for being part of this drill. Hopefully, none of y'all have experienced long-lasting,
Would point up to.
detrimental mental
were-
health issues from this
okay.
episode. If you have, please go to your nearest cleric and have them wipe your memory. Thank
Everyone
you.
sort of like nods in agreement, like, okay, yeah, well, at least they took care of the problem.
Nobody died, right?
Nobody died.
None of the good
all right,
people.
yeah. There's no NPCs dead on the floor, right?
No,
Yeah,
nobody,
I'm like,
nobody died in this
Pay no
combat.
attention to the dead man on the floor.
You see a lot of the patrons begin to leave. Again, it is
but not
morning,
everyone.
so
Yeah, and like I'm just after I'm finished with the speech, it's just a distraction for them to get out.
right.
Yeah,
And I would have suggested, like, while you picked them up, I would be like, let's go up to their
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Because they've got a room.
oh,
Yeah, she'll point-
Yes, out of the
she'll-
corner of your eye as you're distracting everyone, you
We're
see
like going up the stairs.
like dragging the weaver up the stairs. Thud.
Hee hee.
yeah.
Oh no,
Dragging by
I'm
his
pointing.
feet.
I'm pointing
Yeah.
at Jazad. I'm like, no,
There, that room.
Dragging
Dragging him by his feet up the stairs.
I'll grab the head.
Yeah.
No, Flora, it's okay. Just let him. He can let his head hit the thing.
gonna
It's
give
okay.
him
Failed death
Impression.
save. Failed death save.
No,
Failed death
no,
save.
no.
Spare the die. Spare the die.
as Kishtari sees Odd take control of the room,
It is Kish.
she's going to glance to Valoth and say, "He's good. That's impressive command.
he's quite persuasive.
I see that. I assume that the rest of your retinue are similarly skilled.
Yes, quite.
Perhaps you've chosen well." And she will fall silent until we're behind closed doors.
Ah, the talkative siblings.
Yes.
They're very conversative.
I'm still not convinced it's not a lover situation.
That's what's going on in Odd's
Weird.
mind this whole time.
You better not start calling him stepbrother.
Oh no!
The night is young, my friend.
Don't go there, please.
I've got some shadow steps left, and I know you used one of yours.
Val will never be seen again. He's gonna exit through a portal out of the campaign.
I did almost pick up banishment and use it on myself.
So
I'm out.
She will keep an alert eye to see if anyone is following us.
okay, make a perception check for me.
I want to follow.
First,
Wait, you want to
That's
follow?
where we're
Something from
going.
the
We're
chat?
going into.
We're all going together.
They have an 11, a 16, a 17, and two
you know,
18s.
I'll forbear for now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's actually going to be an 18.
Okay.
Inconclusive. It wasn't.
Looking back
available.
behind you, you don't notice anyone following. Most notably, you see the barkeep once again, like keeping an intent eye on you all as she sort of like picks up some of the disarray that is sprawled across her humble tavern.
And there's still the one female weaver, right, who was downed.
Yeah, I mean she's out.
She's okay. All right.
Yeah,
She dead?
At this point,
yeah,
She's getting there.
yeah. She's dead.
I'm gonna
She's
help
only
the
mostly
I'm
dead.
gonna drag her out back then for the bartender.
and she's the one that's the tiefling, right? That would be most
Yep.
convincing of like,
Yep.
listen, these guys are not sun touched.
Yep.
Yeah.
By out back, do you mean out front and then around back, or do you mean you're
Is there
dragging her
not a
into
back door?
There's a back door that leads to a restroom that you used.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You could do that.
Can I put her like in the hole in the
Throw
ground?
me
Yeah.
in the trash.
In the restroom?
Sure.
An
Yeah, sure.
ignominious end for her.
Make
Actually,
it out.
no. I'm gonna check her for stuff first, real quick.
Okay.
Loot the body and
Loot
then throw
the
it
body
away.
and then put her in the latrine.
Classic D&D.
Classic.
Looking her over, make an investigation check for me.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Hey, Sam, you have your phone on you?
I do. Why?
15.
Okay.
I've got a
No big deal.
headband.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, you have the headband on.
With your 15, you're able to find 16 gold.
I give
That
that
she
to
had
the
on her.
bartender.
Okay. Passing it
As
right
a
along.
tip. Yeah, like
It's like as you find the gold pieces, you're
I
like
know,
tossing them back.
Like I literally, I look up the bartender. She's watching me, and I'm like, "It's for you, like, for your troubles."
Thank you.
But you do also find, obviously, she was dressed in sun-touched mage robes. Underneath, she was in commoner's attire, but you do find her holy symbol, which is basically a scarf that falls into loose threads with dangling needles. at
Loose
the end.
threads.
Weavers.
Ooh.
These weavers.
Alex, did I with that 18? Could I have seen that, or were we already in the room?
You would have seen Odd looking over, and you probably
Yeah.
would have seen him pull that.
Okay, so I did see the kind of the unfinished one with the needles coming.
Yes.
Down. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I'm
So
just gonna
confirmed.
drag it out back and around the side.
Sure.
Yep.
You get a couple of odd looks as you're doing that, but
All
most
part of the
of
show, people.
most of the people that are there are the people that were in.
Yeah.
the-
Well,
the
lucky for
bar.
Odd. Odd's looks are smoldering and sexy.
Yeah.
And he has purple skin. I always
It's the
forget.
stash.
Yeah. It is
It is
the
the
stash.
stash.
It's a
And I'll,
stash.
and I'll
It's
remind you
stash.
that this establishment is essentially a hill that has been carved out on the
It's
inside.
like a hobbit hill.
Yeah. So as you like kind of round the back corner,
I put her
you,
on the roof.
you let her go and she just
Perfect. Yeah.
rolls down.
You're
I'm
a little
like,
too drunk.
and then I'm like, and stay out.
As you walk back
Yeah,
past her,
yeah,
they come inside.
Yeah, she's definitely dead now.
If anybody asks me, like, we threw out the drunk.
Yeah.
So
Causing a ruckus.
after taking care of this, you move back inside the tavern and find your friends quite quickly and aptly inside of the room that Kish has been staying within. You now find yourselves within pretty tight quarters. This is very much a small local establishment. The roof might hang a bit low over some of your heads, those of you who are above or more than 6 feet tall. The room is adorned with no windows, but furnished well enough. You can see that some of the grass actually is growing through the dirt. Some of the roots are dangling in, and the wood floor has been well kept, but it's quite old. Here you stand with your new acquaintance. What is everyone doing?
I feel like in my time traveling with him, and it's come up several times, I know. Would it be reasonable that I know what languages they speak?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not as many as you.
I know, and would I know what languages Kish speaks?
Like fish with
I want to say
Um,
quiche like a
Your
the
sister,
food.
man. You gotta
I
know
love
that.
this because this is Makava
I
all
think
over again.
I think so.
And would there be any overlap between
Malak.
us that is not there? Now I'm asking you a lot of like I don't.
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
I was going to say the only
It'd probably be
ones.
easier if we say what we do. And then
No, I'm not telling Sam that.
It's come up when we've like looked at doors and stuff, and we've been like, I only speak this, that, and the other. I just don't.
Elvish and Draconic.
And see, they speak Draconic.
I don't have either. of
Hey, you don't have
those.
Elvish?
I don't have either of those.
You don't
I
have
think
Elvish?
I speak
No.
Elvish.
Yeah, we're like
I have
Dro
Celestial.
bros over
The
here.
Okay.
I think
I would speak Elvish then.
There we go.
Yeah.
We are not elves.
Yeah.
I know that.
As we
Do you?
You don't know that.
as we enter the room, Alex, is my traveling companion already up there, or is he elsewhere?
That's the guy who ran.
Yeah, I
over
would
there.
imagine he would have stayed in the room. So yeah, you
Okay.
guys.
So as you come in, you see this quite a sight, even probably for these characters. You see this psychedelic-looking, colored, cat-sized fish
Oh yeah.
that is floating around the air, making circles.
Oh, cool.
That's
And-
the thumbnail.
do I know?
That's the thumbnail.
And in a somewhat
potato.
horrified voice, so her serenity, momentarily disrupted, she says, "Tipo, no, food, not food. Those are friends." And she goes and she's trying to save some scrolls that Tipo is just, that this astral guppy is just eating at.
I want to play with the puppy.
It's like I want magic.
So there's a little bit of a struggle as this goes on.
Introduce him
So
to
sorry,
turtle.
so sorry. as she's trying to salvage as much of her much of her journal as she can from Depot.
I love that.
The astral guppies, once they decide that something is a food source, it's almost impossible.
I've seen this before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
You would
almost
have.
impossible to get them off the mark. And so she'll kind of almost with just a flash of kind of childish resentment take the journal away. Depot had been working so hard on those.
Can I pet Tipo?
Please do. Although be careful. Once he once he understands that you're also a source of attention, you may not be easily rid of him.
That's fine.
Tipo burbles in a way that might actually resemble a cat a little bit.
Nice.
It's like,
I love that. I'll just have Tipo in my lap. As long as Tipo will allow me to.
We are not taking any more pets.
Are you sure, Drazan?
Drazan is pretty positive. We do not need. I don't know. I
Can
already.
you get me one of these?
No,
Brandon likes you.
the turtles were already enough, and an astral guppy. What is an astral guppy?
you can make
Dude.
a nature check if you want.
Yeah, I'm about
A
to say.
fine specimen.
I have the perfect dice.
Is this what I'm
You're an
thinking it
astral
is?
Guppy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the pool.
This
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah, yeah.
This
Yeah.
absolute. Oh, that's cute.
It's pretty. It's perfect. For
Okay, this tracks.
What did you roll?
Nat 1.
Very nice.
It's a cool looking
You've heard of fish before?
Yeah.
You don't really like fish.
No.
This appears to be one.
How about that?
You see Drazad kind of.
You get on that one.
You figured it out?
I've
You don't
never
like
enjoyed
fish?
the smell of the fish.
Oh, you don't like
Come
fish?
on.
No. Drazad does
It's-
not like.
I think the one
It's
that
brain
Flora
food.
had
Yeah.
in her
Good for
pack for
It's
a number of
different
weeks
type of
Don't
fish.
listen.
might have
Drazad
soured
does
your.
not like seafood
Opinion on
necessarily. Yeah, Flora, you do have to remember you did kind of traumatize me a little bit. You
Well, get over it.
did. You carried around a dead fish for like.
Where'd you get that fish?
I caught it.
No.
That's right. No, you didn't.
No,
She
we bought
it
it.
from a
it.
fishmonger.
I caught
Yeah,
it.
no, you bought it.
You.
I caught it off a table with my own 2 hands.
I was with you.
That is fair.
It's funny because as a player, I know what you guys are talking about, but the character had no idea. Right.
I'm gonna in Elvish. I'm gonna say. I gotta say it in my head first to
Gonna
Kish.
say it in Elvish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Hi, Mabes.
I
Thank you, Peter Jackson.
Hello.
They don't know anything, but are you here for me?
Well, you mean to harm you?
Yes.
And she just looks at him for a second, and there's a clear note of sadness in her eyes. Of course not. It saddens me that you would even ask that. I suppose you have to, but I know there is much to say, but the need is great. I would not have left Lord Crenton's side on some trivial matter.
You don't hear it.
Yeah, you don't speak Elvish.
Odd is in the corner just acting so nonchalant.
Do you speak it? Oh, shit.
I almost started taking notes, and then I was like, "Oh wait,
can I make
no."
an insight check to catch that he can comprehend?
You
what we're
definitely
saying?
can.
Sure.
Make a deception check to
Sure.
combat that.
Can I aid? Because I also don't want
I don't
them
think
to
you're
know.
going to need to.
Okay.
I don't
I
think.
need, I. Oh wait, or who are you aiding?
No.
Who are you aiding?
No,
Oh, you're aiding. Okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
I don't. I would also kind of be like,
I would imagine that you don't have line of sight on odds, so I'm going to say
Sounds like
no.
we have an 18 in the chat.
Yeah, I just rolled a 17 for
Because
a
I
25.
know things that I'm not supposed to
I did not get a
know.
25.
Pretty good. I'm like,
So, and at that point, she'll execute with a certain fluid grace. She'll execute like a half turn to the rest of the party. Give a formal half bow. Apologies, I don't mean to. It's rude to speak in a tongue that others don't. I know this is important. You have been traveling with Valor for some time now. This is all in common.
Yeah, it has been a while now. It's been a couple months at least, I would say.
It's been about
Or
a month.
Time is a construct.
Valith
Yeah.
would say one more thing in Elvish before
Okay.
of just saying,
That is the one thing that
like
is not
in
in my
response to
notes.
what you said.
No idea.
You know as well as I, it's for their protection. That was in Elvish. What I
Oh,
just said.
he's writing how long it was.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's in my notes.
This may be a little bit weird. Can I make an insight check to see what Valos like emotional state is, not just in this moment, but from his baseline?
Sure.
Okay.
Stressed.
You can do
Anxious.
you can do persuasion or deception depending on if you're trying to hide that from her, I think.
Ooh, wow. That's a good
Oh, the
roll.
dice giveth and they taketh
That was a good
away.
roll.
Oh no.
That was a nat 1 for a 2.
This
That's what you get.
this girl is built for a 28.
Nice. Holy
Wow.
cow.
Yeah.
The insight is strong.
So as Valoth says that, and you kind of take a closer look, you see like a weird shimmer as you catch for like a second like disheveled hair and like deep bags under his eyes. As like whatever kind of thing that's happening kind of readjusts itself. But for a second you catch it kind of maybe as he turns his head.
Very, very gently, with like a tender air, she's going to reach out, and if he'll allow it, she's going to take just like his fingers and kind of curl hers in his, because I imagine where we came from, it's not super expressive, but tries to kind of transfer a little bit of that warmth.
Val would very apprehensively take her hand.
Okay.
Okay.
And she'll give it a soft squeeze, and then in common say, "I see the road has been long for you.
He's just gonna nod.
Not all months are created equal.
Not all.
Months,
Months.
no weeks, as it turns out. It was 6 days ago that the assassination took place, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, just making sure that
Yep.
I have that as a player.
He knows. We don't.
Yeah.
We
Time
had the
is a
same question.
construct.
It was sometime in the
She
past,
says.
right?
Correct.
Look at us go. Keeping track.
May we speak freely then?
If you think it's safe.
Drazat would sure hope so.
Well, I'm not gonna hurt her.
It's not for... No. Yeah, never mind.
Don't forget we have the, dead, semi-dead person here to interrogate later if we would like to do that.
Good point. So I'll step so I can kind of just keep him out of the corner of my eye and make sure there's not some kind of casting shenanigans going on over there.
Yeah.
May I have the honor of your names?
I am Flora.
Flora.
I am Drazad.
Drazad.
I'm odd.
Not like... I really hate explaining this to people. Not like...
Why you
Not
gotta
like
explain?
he
I
is
didn't
odd.
explain for
His
me.
name is odd,
Yeah.
although he is odd, but
Odd beat weaver.
I see. Well, although I'll accept that as a sobriquet, I don't imagine that any mother actually named her child that.
Yeah, maybe.
Safe.
Hmm.
So,
You tell her your real name and not me.
I did not tell her
I'm gonna
my
say
real
if
name.
you do,
Yeah,
we gonna-
Laura, I would never.
We gonna have beef.
you're
I
going
would
into
never.
the boiling sea.
unfortunately, well, it's a tangled tale, but I'll try to not go too far afield. Our home? Yes. Our home was... what's the right word in common? Invaded? probed, interrogated by some sort of arcane energy. It came, well, I think I had it wrong at the time. At first we thought that it was coming from some faraway place. Again, difficult and common, forgive me. But then I followed it with Tipo's help, and it wound up in Inaset. That was where the source of it was. This was maybe 8 days now, or so. And there I determined, well, this part doesn't really make sense. The source of this unwelcome energy, this intrusion into our patron's lair, was from the king, from Telueth the Blessed. He was emanating some sort of otherworldly energies, and yet when I looked into the eyes of his court wizard, Elwind, I believe the name is, they struck me as vacant, wrong. I was attempting to peel back through the layers of this. It's very rare that we have something happen like that in Lord Cranton's domain.
Now you hear it.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
Now you hear Caranton.
Hold on. Are you telling me you serve Lord Cranton?
With honor.
And you do too?
No.
Who's Lord Cranton?
Wait, yes, who is Lord Cranton?
Does Flora not know this? Does Morgan only know this?
Morgan definitely knows.
Morgan definitely knows this.
I don't know what my character knows.
Make either a history or Arcana check. I'll let
Okay.
you pick.
Balls. History or Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're both.
Because we met him in our last campaign.
16.
See, I haven't watched that
Yep,
campaign yet,
yep.
so I did not know that as a player.
16.
With a 16,
I probably don't.
you would not know
Okay,
who
yeah.
Caranton is,
So-
even with a 16.
Hold on. By the way, when we do this, is us
Out of character.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
make sure you
okay.
know. So you don't. He does.
She.
She. Yeah.
Well, but I don't know if you would have asked that
Yeah.
because you would know. But
yeah.
to answer, no.
Who is Lord Cranton?
She'll pause.
could have asked
Kish
that.
will pause and glance at Valoth and allow space for there to be an answer if he wishes.
Someone very powerful. A god to some people.
You said a lair. Is he a dragon?
And
he is, in fact, the dreaming dragon.
Oh,
That
is
was a good catch.
and he's your patron, you said?
I think an apt word, yes. Although he does not grant me abilities directly. What he does is grant his retinue purpose, a reason for being that goes beyond the individual. And importantly, he keeps the integrity of the world of muscle and blood, of the prime material. He keeps it intact.
Valve will just kind of laugh at that.
Yeah. So
She'll look at him again, but let
is
that
he-
go and
is
challenge
he
her.
not-
Morgan's not convinced. She's not a bad guy.
So I guess that's
Not
my-
all bad guys come out swinging.
Yeah, I pulled the scarf that I pulled off of that. So I'm like, so these guys, and I throw the scarf on the floor.
The Weavers.
They say the exact same thing. They're trying to keep the integrity, but I've been almost killed by him. He's
shakes
been
her
almost
head.
killed by him.
The Weavers, well, I understand their perspective. They are a frog within a well that knows nothing of the sea. They look
Ooh,
They-
that's a good
That's
quote.
deep.
They look
That's real
merely.
deep.
They look merely at the prime material, and they are obsessed with their black threads. The way that I see it, I've been at Lord Caranton's side for a long time, longer than Valoth has been alive, probably longer than anyone else here, the possible exception of thyself, Flora. Because you're clearly not human. You're
Yeah.
clearly fate. Well, would my character know that she's
Well,
an elf? She's
I'm a Eladrin.
Eladrin. Oh, okay. Like a.
She looks
Fey
elven
elf. Fey
to
elf,
you,
yeah,
but
okay.
yeah, you're
Okay.
maybe not sure.
Okay, so
But I am blue.
kind of pause
Double
at
D,
that,
double
right?
do.
And I've been in his service for a long time. It is no mindless thing. In fact, Quarantin asks nothing of us in particular, other than we respect the integrity of the prime material. Each of us serves him in a different way. And that was why this intrusion of arcane energy. But it's, do I have the word dimensional
From
in my
the
vocabulary?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think
from
so.
the prince, though, right? You said.
The king.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
at first it was from the Archmage at his court. His signature, if you will, was on it. But when I actually came and tracked it down to Inniset, the source of it wound up to be His Majesty. It made no sense to me.
So did you kill the king?
No. I went there.
Insight check.
Okay.
Persuasion or deception,
Okay.
don't tell us which.
Yeah.
I rolled out. I'm rolling again.
After you looked at it.
We have. What do you want in the chat?
Do you need to take
It looks like it was. It looks like it was.
18
And so if I'm
plus
telling... Oh, go ahead.
insight, so 26.
If you're telling the truth, use persuasion.
Right.
If you're lying, use deception.
Yeah.
Just don't tell us which you're
Yeah.
using.
And then if I beat her, I just say you can't tell.
Yeah. Or at least that you
Yeah.
seem
Got a
true.
26. Oh, that's really good. Okay. So she beat me.
Yeah, you would. It's true. There's no reason to lie about it.
I don't trust. Can I insight check that? What just happened?
If I'm being completely honest, I got like stuck inside my own.
No, yeah,
head
no,
there
that's-
for a second. That's all that was.
Where is the trust? With him?
There is none.
That's gone. That's an episode
It
14.
all-
The trust
Yes.
with me and him only is through our marriage. It does
Not as a
not
GM.
extend to D&D.
It dissolves at this table.
And chat, you should hear this too. It all started
You should
with
know this too.
a little item called the bag of unholding,
Oh.
and it went downhill from
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, do
Just-
y'all know
The back of
about
it holding in a lot of
unholding?
rocks and ice
It was
cubes.
a bag of holding that went to someone else's pocket. So everything we put in there, somebody else took.
Nice.
And
How long was that
and my
going on?
character didn't trust it, but they were all like, "We put everything in there."
We
So
put
then
all our money except him.
I had all my money still. I was like, "I don't
Because
trust
he
it."
also was a
Government's
freaking
after my
elephant,
stuff.
so he could carry it.
This is how they get you.
He was an
They
elephant,
get you to
so he
put your
could
money
carry
in
all
the
his
bank.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
good.
we put all of our heavy stuff, and it was all fucking gone.
Anyway, sorry to
Good.
derail.
Good reminder. This is a soft-spoken character. Can chat hear me? Y'all-
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
Okay.
I've been watching the levels. You're
Okay,
in
awesome.
there.
Okay.
You're good.
Right. So it has the ring of truth, and in fact, there's like a thread of just deep sadness at something in there. Maybe at the question or at the situation or something like that.
Mhm.
So she says, "No, I was there to remonstrate with His Majesty, to attempt to see if he understood that he was the engine of this intrusion into Lord Crenton's lair. He has served what now for over 150 years, wisely and justly. It seemed beyond the pale that he would suddenly devolve into a force for
So did you
wickedness.
see him get murdered?
I did.
What did the court wizard look like when you approached them?
Come again?
What did the court wizard Elwyn look like when you approached them?
I did not get that, but I will describe him truly and accurately.
Yeah. So, basically, an older elven wizard, certainly old even for elven years. Again, as
Yeah.
Kish described earlier, somewhat distracted, almost like within their own mind, a bit thoughtless even. Wearing sun-touched robes, very elegant in fashion.
Yeah. Well, Valif would say, "Forgive me. Whenever you approached them to discuss
No,
about
no.
their, how did they react to that information?"
Well, the situation was rather extraordinary. You see, His Majesty was giving a speech at the Radiant Pyre, and he hadn't gotten very far into it when these people, I understand now they're weavers, I was wondering about that at the time, but they had they were in common agab, and he pushed past, the king did, pushed past his own guards and other security measures. They got close enough to him, and that was when I saw the eyes of Elwind. They seemed, as I said, I did not have time to study him, and he is a man both of formidable intellect and depth, but he seemed elsewhere. It's difficult for me to put into words.
Like
It was
being
just
possessed
I
by something else.
Or like he was maybe scrying.
No thoughts, just vibes.
There's all possibilities, but what I can tell you is that it felt off, perhaps unnatural.
Like he was channeling some power that wasn't his.
One would think that he was still hard at work with whatever he felt was important enough to try Coranton's patience. That is no small thing. He may not be a god in a conventional sense, but he is mighty, particularly in his own domain. At any rate, they struck. Was it the large, powerful one, or was it the tiefling?
It was actually the tiefling.
The tiefling.
Oh,
who
these
actually
are
struck-
these
struck
are
I was
him.
about to
them.
ask that.
Wait,
these are
these
the
are
people that
them.
killed.
It was,
Okay.
in fact, the one who struck the mortal blow to the king was the tiefling that you just disposed of.
Oh, damn it.
I see. I was.
They're
Durzad
quite
was right to
crafty.
keep one of them.
It was well timed.
Wrong one, Jerzad.
Hey, look. At least I kept one.
It was well timed. She knocked him into the elevated flame, the magnified flame that's there, that the sun.
The radiant
powers.
pyre, yeah.
Yes, indeed. And he was gone instantly. I assumed that he was beyond even their ability to return him, to restore him to life.
And what happened with Elwind?
He actually.
Elwyn rushed to his side or rushed to where he
He might have
was,
been right.
and then ordered the Sun Touch
Oh,
to
no,
chase
my boy.
after.
Okay, so she'll, yeah.
Okay.
Although, it did strike me
Best
even at
Harry
the
Potter.
time that an archmage of his ability being unable to restrain, or at least down the two assassins when being that close is out of character. It seems, it stretches credulity.
Could you, the aura that the king was giving off, could you identify that again?
I probably couldn't, but Tipo certainly can. He's
Who,
attuned.
the fish?
Indeed, he's an astral guppy.
He is an astral guppy, not just a fish.
As you
Think-
like look towards him to see what he's capable of, he's
Valve would turn and say, "Think like a bloodhound, but for magical
like a
energies."
I motioned to Jerzad. Jerzad, show him your holy symbol. If the king was... The weavers went after me when I had the spear, and then
They were coming after you.
they were coming after him.
Now that I have,
My obsidian is not tainted, especially
I'm
my
saying
holy
the
symbol.
obsidian is what
Obsidian.
turned that guy into that thing.
Wares,
should
as far
hear
as
this
you are
too.
concerned right now.
The where.
Yes.
Maybe
No
the,
ways.
I'm saying maybe the fish can get the same hit off of your obsidian. Maybe the king had the obsidian
Trying to get
poisoning
him to
that
say
the
where.
other people had.
Side bet.
What do you think? I don't know.
I'm
I'm just spitballing here.
so
Don't let the fish
so many-
eat
So
your
while-
holy symbol, but
while Drazad is deciding whether or not he wants to feed the fish his holy symbol,
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
Like a pellet.
yeah.
when
the soul trapped inside is like, no.
this is for me. So you were just recapping like what you had just said, like
Right.
when Elwyn seemed distracted, like
That
that would be to imply like he was trying to channel whatever the energies that you were investigating or
So it
something.
It could have been that. It could have been he was possessed. It could have been he was
yeah.
just having a bad day. You know?
And
Or-
that was the day that the king died.
that was the
Yeah,
moment.
that was the moment.
That was the
the
moment.
king was having a bad
That-
day.
when
well,
was the
king had a
last
real
time
bad
that
day.
I saw the scrying orb?
the last time you saw the scrying orb was in the library whenever we were at the. I can't remember the name of the place.
Scrying orb.
On,
Yes.
yeah,
on-
when we were at Zealous.
Oh,
And that
Yeah.
was 6 days ago.
I think
That's
that answers
when we
my
learned.
question.
Alkazir. When we were in
The fact
Alkazir.
that you, I'll ask it anyway for people, but the way that you were like scrying orb,
Yeah.
I was curious if those times lined up.
Roughly.
Basically,
They're
like
close.
if those days and times lined up, like 6 days ago, and then Were we in the library around 6 days ago?
Yeah, we were.
Because I mean, we found out shortly after that the king had died from the person, so I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were. That's where we were. I have it in my notes.
Based
That's
on
where
your
we were when it
timeline,
happened.
and Valos would know this, if the king died 6 days ago, as Kish is saying, then you found out almost immediately after. You found out the same day,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Yeah.
And that was like an hour or so after we saw the
We were-
scribe
yeah.
worm. So
Get a
I had a question.
By the way, Dravian, I've been waiting for a lull to mention this. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate all the support.
Nice.
You guys are phenomenal. It's very generous, and we love you. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
you get a 15 in the chat.
couple
13.
questions.
Oh,
yeah,
because
go ahead.
My
Oh,
Oh, we
brain.
got that.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, how do y'all know each other? Y'all still ain't answered me.
we're from the same place. I mean,
Related? Mom? Sibling? What's up?
I've always considered Valoth to be a... I actually don't know if the word translates well into common.
like a mentor.
Okay. Cool.
Well, and
But
we also
it
have
seems
to.
you guys have since gone separate paths.
Well, Valoth has also had several different lives. We've somewhat learned of, as he has casually mentioned to us.
Lives.
Give me an insight check.
She perks up at that.
19.
I don't know how you want to roll this, Alex. I'm trying to like signal something to him.
Okay.
Yeah, basically that. Like Val will shoot you a look like the minute you mention lives, he's like, "Shut the fuck up, dude."
Oh,
Well, what'd
I
you
don't say
guys
that out
roll? And we'll say persuasion. Easily.
My
It'll be a combo check.
persuasion was
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
my insight was 19.
I'd say you picked up on the fact that Valoth at least does not want you to talk about that. You're not sure why, but you've
We'll brush right on past that.
picked up that he would rather you not mention that. Right?
Oh, also, do not forget that we have the prisoner to interrogate as well.
Oh, I haven't forgotten.
Great.
I still have so many questions.
Has it been less than an hour?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
just changing the subject.
So, how does detect thoughts work on an unconscious person?
You get white
Ooh,
noise.
good
No thoughts this time.
That is a good question.
You would probably be able to deep dive
What's
further
surface-
because they have to be willing to let you deep dive further.
Well,
but
they
if
would
they're
automatically
unconscious-
They already save.
fail
I'm-
their saves, right?
I'm gonna DM rule
Okay.
that it would not work because when you're unconscious, you're
I'm probing the subconscious.
you're almost you're
In the mainframe.
I'm in.
you're deep in there, right? Even if you're still considered a humanoid, a person,
Yep.
an apt target for detect thoughts, those thoughts are not surface level. They are like deep thoughts because you're trapped inside of your own mind.
And even if they are, they may not make sense, right? I mean, like think like a dream.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean,
So I'll rule against it, but I
my
wanted to give
gosh.
you the reasoning.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Dravian
that makes sense.
He's giving us all his money tonight.
I'm going. Wow.
Dravian.
All the money.
Oh. I mean, with the 5
Thank you,
gifties.
Dravian.
Thank you so much, and welcome new friends to the Chaos Crew.
Hello.
Dravian, I really appreciate all the
Thank you.
generosity. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, we
you.
could still heal him though, and
Yeah, we can wake
Yeah.
his ass up and then.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Yeah,
not like you
I
could do much
still have
anyway.
a few questions.
Sure.
She'll look at
So-
Drazad. Perhaps the topic for another time then.
Topic to interrogate the man.
The topic before, and she'll give him a little smile.
Yes. Did you want to feed the guppy?
fish?
Oh, that topic. Yes. So I will bring up the. And just, I'll just fully letting it go.
No, the one
past
between
him.
those two.
Right. Actually, Drazad, specifically, no. I won't take it off, but I'll pull my obsidian necklace out and I'll walk up to.
Tipo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Depot, and I knew that was not right. I walk up to Tipo and
Tipo is a cute name.
you just see me try to mimic, and I hold the necklace out a little bit, kind of towards its face, and would I know how fish work?
Well,
Saw it eating some scrolls when we walked in.
Yeah. Wait. Would I?
You're not very familiar with fish. I'll say make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you rolled a one.
I would. Can I aid if I say, Tipo, friends, not food?
Then roll straight.
His little tail is wagging though.
16.
Okay.
Do I know they
Uh,
breathe through their gills? Is what I'm asking you.
I don't think so. Not with your earlier check.
Oh, God.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just hold it up to its mouth and be like,
Every time it
hello,
turns,
people.
you're like,
I do not
no.
know how you smell or detect stuff in general, but this is the obsidian that the wares that we've been tracking. And as I say that, if you could help us out, maybe.
He kind of like scoots a bit closer, and you see his body sort of like swim through the air for a moment as it then comes to drift, letting the inertia carry it towards your holy symbol.
Yeah.
Tipo sort of mouths at the symbol without putting it in. You rolled well enough on your
Ew.
animal handling check. Oh, God damn it.
You can't get mad at Grim, man. You leave Grim alone. You leave Grim alone.
I love it.
So I will say, and you would probably know this. If you want, you can make a nature check with advantage as well. But Tipo appears perplexed by the symbol, but
Yep.
doesn't appear to be in tune with it or have picked up any sort of scent from it.
I put it back under my shirt and I look over and I see. Odyssey, I told you, I do not. My obsidian is not tainted. I do
Hey,
not think they are going to be able to find.
I didn't say it was tainted.
I know, but that is how I took it.
So
Oh, okay. God
with
damn it.
your 15, you would know that these astral guppies, they're good at tracking one thing because they are steeped in it from birth. They're good at tracking anomalies either from the far realm or other dimensions, other realities.
His Tipo's tracking abilities are more in the realm of the beyond. If it's something more rooted in the prime material, it's probably not as easy for him.
That's why they weren't aware of the Weavers until they attacked.
Indeed.
What?
So that's why they weren't aware of the Weavers until they attacked. He saw the king, and he knew all some fishy stuff was, pun intended, was going on with
Nice.
with that. But
So,
the Weavers had no bearing. The fish had no bearing on the Weavers.
The Weavers are obsessed with a very narrow scope of reality.
I know it's hard to comprehend, but it is different. Two different, seems like they're everywhere, but two different groups who both believe that there is a path for the
that's
world.
what I was getting at.
Yes.
So,
Like a yin and a yang type of situation?
yeah, that's what it feels like, right? The Weavers are looking for these loose threads, but it also seems like Lord Coranthan has something similar.
So this is the Bene Gesserit.
Yeah.
What are you doing right
The
now?
Bene Gesserit are leading.
Got
What,
it.
what are
Okay.
the sex Jesuits later books?
yeah.
Dune 2, out now.
Yeah.
In a theater near you.
The way that I have come to understand it, Flora, would be more along the lines of it is our job underneath Lord Coranthan to allow those with free will to make their own decisions, for this reality to unfold as it is intended to, or as it should. And it seems that there
Even
are,
if it means death.
at times, but I am
Who says how things should happen? Who dictates that?
on rare occasions, the dreaming dragon will make pronouncements, but for the most part, we look, we watch, we observe. I am not an enforcer. I am steeped in battle, yes, if needs be, but I prefer my role as an ambassador, to attempt to reason with people when they're interfering with the integrity of the prime material.
And so your intention was to reason with King Tilly or to suss out what was going on.
I refuse to believe that a man who has ruled justly for a century and a half would suddenly be playing dice with reality. It goes against everything that I understand of him. And yet, there it was. And I will say one further thing. He was extraordinarily difficult to get an audience with. His mage, the archmage, seemed to be everywhere, and it made it impossible to speak with him alone.
Maybe that was on purpose.
Perhaps at the time I just assumed that it was because he was a monarch and they were concerned for his safety. In retrospect, I ascribe rather more nefarious intentions. But I doubt that Elwind is going to be speaking to the likes of me anytime soon.
He might speak to us.
So, you
He
seem
might?
to disagree with a lot of her views. Care to elaborate?
Not really.
Didn't think you would. Did you at one point also follow Lord Cranston?
Not by choice.
What does that mean?
Just that.
And for the record,
To be fair, you're asking me a lot of questions in front of someone who follows, and I don't want to be like, dude fucking sucks.
I don't know what she knows about you.
No, I know.
and for the record, Val, that was wrong. The fact that your free will was not respected. It is at the heart of, I feel, it is at the heart of what we do and what we stand for. But I do not wish to interpose in what is clearly a web of important relationships for you.
Yeah, Valve will bite his tongue.
And she'll just, she'll just kind of nod to that. Well, I was contemplating how to proceed.
Bless you.
I was contemplating how to proceed. I was thinking mayhaps I should go home, reevaluate. But now that the source of the energy is gone, but I'm not certain. Now, if I may, a question of thee, Flora. You seem to have more information about this Archmage, Elwind, than I had. Do you run into him, or do you know something of his past?
I have only heard of him through Valoth.
I've met him.
You've actually met the man.
In a sense.
And do you... I trust my intuition, particularly after the... She'll pause for a moment. There is a ritual, a conversation for another time. It's called the drifting. And it affected me profoundly. I have learned to follow my intuition afterward. Some might even say it was the sight. But before I would raise arms against a man or plot his death, obviously I would need some sort of hard evidence. So you do know Elwind better, though.
I was given a vision of Elwind, but he seemed to notice my presence.
Huh.
And I don't doubt that should he see, or I have high confidence that he would recognize me again, at least in some sense. Whether it was a dream to him and my face seems familiar, or what have you.
Would you be in danger?
So did you...
Wouldn't be the first time.
You only met him in your dream? Is that what you're saying?
It might have been his dream. I'm not sure exactly what
But that is your
his
only
life looked
interaction
like
with
on
him.
his side.
Got it.
Share with the party.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, got it.
It might help make it clear I did not see Elwind whenever we inhaled the wrath.
Curious and curious.
I saw him at a different time. Apologies for lying, but again, there's reasons I'm withholding information. It is not for deception, it's for protection.
I inhaled the wrath.
Well, everybody did.
Yeah,
Y'all
so
walked
did
into
I.
it.
I had a different vision.
Oh.
It was
but
not
you
that
like
one.
willingly inhaled the wrath as like an extra
I
like,
partake to
You guys
Again.
zooted.
Yeah,
You got zooted on the wrath.
in the wrath.
How much did you have to inhale to see him?
It wasn't at that time. I had a different vision.
Oh, got it.
Later, I had
You
another.
snuck some rat, didn't you? I got some right
Well,
here.
Val was just gonna hold
Yeah.
up the staff like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I did.
That's right.
What if you can remind me real quick to make sure I'm not what vision did you see when we were in the wrath?
I don't actually remember.
yours was you imagine to be a young tiefling, the same one that you saw when you took possession of the staff.
Oh yes, trying to like do something and then
No,
being
bro.
scolded for like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
I'm
and
thinking
then I
of
was
the right
like,
thing.
you could do good. Don't listen to them.
No, I do know. Okay.
Yeah.
So I do know what you're talking about. I'm right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I am loath to act out of ignorance, and this fellowship seems to have more of a grasp on the contours of the situation.
Look, you can
It has
act,
been a very long
trust
month.
me, you can act out of ignorance all the time.
Not all of us have a silver tongue, Odd.
Do it all the time.
Oh, this is pretty good at it. I'm
It
not
works
gonna
out
lie.
for him a
I
surprising
saw that.
number
Yeah.
of times.
60% of the time. It
No, that's
works
a pretty-
every
yeah.
time.
No, yep. That's a pretty good statistic.
That's an oddly specific number.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So
God, 60%
What?
Pete Weaver.
what was the arcane energy that was assuming coming from Tillywith? What? Yeah, Tillywith.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the king's name.
Tillywith.
Okay.
Whoa,
What
Meatbot,
was
69.
this?
Whoa! 50,
Holy
give
crap.
me. $50 super chat, rather.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Still a
Wow,
gift.
they're
It's
gonna have
still
so many
Meanbot
points.
69K coming in
Yes.
hot.
Brett
Thank
is
you
not the
so
only
much.
My
one.
hit
The
points
support.
are dedicated to
first-
you.
With our powers combined, we're going to have our first chaos
they were
event.
on
Yes.
screen.
We're gonna have it.
Yes.
You guys are
Hope you're here for
wild tonight. Obviously, you're enjoying the stream. So if you haven't already, please give it a like. Do it for us. Do it for Memebot. Do it for Memebot 69.
Angel.
Memebot, I'll
Yes.
add your points here. Thank you so much for your incredible generosity.
You felt this arcane energy flowing into the realm.
Indeed.
What was it trying to? Did you just feel it like percolating through, or was it attempting to dismantle Lord
Caranton.
Thank you, Caranton's realm, or
As I understand it, it was of a dark nature, and it came from
Dog nature.
As I make sure that I look dark
Oh.
nature, dark force from another reality. It was indeed from another reality, though. Something wholly divorced from the prime material, and it was being pulled from there through Lord Coranton's domain and here. Now, whether or not, if we had allowed it to continue, very likely it would have begun to disrupt. It would have begun to disrupt his lair. He lairs. Perhaps I overspeak, but he lairs in the astral realm. He has claimed a portion of it for himself, and it was being pulled here. And the signature of Elwind was on that energy. That's why I assumed when I came here that I would find the Archmage at the heart of this, but I didn't. I found a just and wise king.
Why would he do it himself and risk himself whenever
This is so
Whenever
hard
he
'cause I
could
know all of
manipulate
this
the
out of
king.
character.
Come again?
don't think
he's been with the king his whole life.
Indeed.
But I do not think he
And-
needed to manipulate him.
Yeah, but listen, like he knew
I don't
probably
think-
channeling this would the weavers would come after whoever
I don't
the
think
loose-
you- I don't think
whoever the
Tillywith
loose thread
knew.
was.
I don't think Tillywith knew.
Or
Tillywith didn't know. I'm talking
or
about-
Elwind.
I'm talking about Elwyn.
I don't
You
believe
don't
he
think
he knew.
Elwind knew?
Or
think
does
Elwyn
not
knew.
care.
In my vision, Elwind was screaming to the skies that he didn't know. In agony. I do not think that the death of the king was his intention.
And you, forgive me, Val, you trust this vision. It was not a false
Not
one.
entirely, which is why it was kept to myself until now, but it seems prudent to share.
Would-
From what everyone says, he is a powerful wizard, and
A
that could be
necromancer.
something that he wanted
Is he a
me to see,
necromancer?
I'm pretty sure.
I
just as much as something that he didn't.
understand. I think at least that portion. I wouldn't want to meet the thing if he is not the puppet master, but a puppet. I would not want to meet what is pulling his strings.
I'm having a really hard time not metagaming.
Yeah.
Having
And we
this
love you
like-
for it.
Because there's a
And we love
lot
you
of
for
old
it.
stuff that you
I'm trying
know.
really hard to figure out what I know as Flora and what I know as Morgan, because I know a lot. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I think basically everything we've talked about is new to Flora.
Yeah.
right now.
And
But
I don't
you know it now.
I
You know
don't
it
know if
now,
I
but, yeah.
technically even knew you had a vision of him.
I did mention it. I don't
Okay.
think I ever
Yeah.
gave his name, but I did mention
No,
I had a
'cause you
vision
were
of
by
the court
yourself.
wizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all weren't there. I said it was when we were in the Wrath, and
I
you were all
appreciate the
there when I got
honesty.
that vision,
Yeah.
and no one called me on it, and I was like y'all were at the table whenever we all had those visions, and so I was just like, okay. I knew that wasn't when I had it, but I did.
Oh, yeah, you had the one of him when we walked out.
Yeah, when you
Right.
looked at it at some
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
So,
What do you suggest then?
are we gonna wake this guy up and ask him about that, or
I think we should
Is it worth
maybe
it?
rest and then head on to
before we rest?
continue our
let's
plan.
wake this dude up and
Yes,
probe him.
Question, rest, head to
Yeah.
Innocent.
If you would have me, and if you need, I will stand guard over him while you recuperate.
Well, we were going to question him first.
no?
And then,
Oh.
yes.
I see.
Is
Do
he
you-
tied up really good?
Are you like Flora and Valoth? Do you only need to meditate for 4 hours?
Only briefly, yes.
Sick.
Oh, great.
Get wrecked.
What are you talking about? I love sleeping. Like, y'all are missing out.
Yes.
All of you remember at various times seeing Odd sleeping. He's like sprawled out, snoring
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
loud.
Oh, yeah. I'm
It's very hard to meditate
Yeah.
when Odd is sleeping.
That's right.
We cast silence on him.
Yeah.
Just to go to sleep at
Definitely
night.
a big sprawl out sleeper. Yeah.
He hogs the. We understand. We
Yeah.
understand. He hogs the bed.
Yeah. Okay. I will heal this guy.
Okay.
Do you have detect thoughts?
I do have to take.
Are you
Wonderful.
healing word?
Yeah, I'll healing word. Him.
I'm gonna.
What is
ritual-
what is the word that you?
Oh, you bastard.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Well, I think.
Do I give him a different word?
Wake up, asshole. No.
Yeah, it is just like, hey, dickhead, wake up.
I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic before
He's
he does.
kind
that
of like
too.
struggling against the
Yeah.
ropes a bit as he looks out upon all of you.
And then I'll cast detect thoughts. And
You get surface level thoughts, correct?
right away, surface level thoughts.
for no cost and no knowledge that he doesn't
Right.
know that you're doing that.
Surface level thoughts are the fates have given me a second chance.
I don't laugh at that. But
Her.
I chuckle in my head.
Is he a human?
15?
Yeah, he's human. Right?
He's Elven.
Elvin. That's
Yeah.
Got it.
And is my detect magic picking anything up?
Your detect magic is
I know
picking
it's
up
picking up a lot of shit in this room.
a lot in
Fish
this
and-
room.
Ooh, detect thoughts on Tipo. Sorry. That's
I will put it there after. Yeah.
No
Blub,
thoughts, just vibes.
blub,
yeah.
Blah, blah.
Blub.
Yeah.
Because I know he's smart.
No friend.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Tipo.
with your detect magic, you would pick up obviously the holy symbol, which again is not so much a scarf this time, but more like a necklace of needles, very similar to what Tristan had when you met him. But shy of that, no magic paraphernalia.
I'd step forward and I would take it off, just so that he doesn't have any way to like channel magic while he's tied up.
Tristan was a
Make
weaker,
a make a
right?
sleight of
Yeah.
hand check for me, because as you do that, he is going to resist.
Well, he's tied up though.
Hopping around like a fish.
He's
I'll
gonna
give you
bite
advantage on it.
Thank you. 'Cause that dice is not good. That one was better.
He has stuff in the
18.
chat.
Oh,
No.
sick.
Alex,
Yeah,
when
18.
if he starts resisting him, I'm going to plant my heel on his sternum.
Ooh.
Okay.
And her whole demeanor is going to change with this guy.
As Valoth lifts the holy symbol from him, he like begins sort of writhing, and he actually tries to bite your hand as you wrench it away. Kish is there instantly with a heel in his chest, planting him against the wall that he has his back to,
Slay.
as the entire room shakes. Even though it is supported by the earthen mound it is built within, you see the chair next to the desk in this room actually like fall over as a few things go rolling off the table. Fate will have your heads in the end.
I'll put the holy symbol with the other one. If you're holding it, or whatever, I'll hand it to you or
Yeah.
You
wherever it
have
is.
done more than enough. You have disrupted, you have murdered, and you have taken away a symbol of hope and justice for the entirety of a nation. How dare you?
You were there. I saw you.
I was. I just wasn't fast enough.
None of us were.
I
He
was-
lives. We failed.
He lives?
Who lives?
Who?
Who are you
To
after?
live with?
I probe deeper.
Jam
He's
your
got to
healing
save,
for
right?
Right. She is a monk, so she
Or is it
understands
charisma?
leverage.
Wisdom or charisma?
Whiz.
Wizzy boys.
Fails.
Okay. What do you get? If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom save. If he fails, you gain insight into his reasoning, if any, his emotional state, and something that looms large in his mind.
Yeah.
I will tell you specifically what is looming large in his mind at this moment is the fact that he and his partner worked together to make this assassination occur.
Mhm.
They knew the stakes. They knew that it was probably a suicide mission. And just as they escaped, feeling they'd gotten away with it, there's almost a flashback, a memory that you can see of them in the shallow points of the burning forest, looking back towards Inaset when the joy in their eyes evaporates. They see a black thread still tethered to the sky.
Oh, that's right, because they can, like, see the thread, right?
How did
Realizing now that they failed in their task.
Okay, do you tell us that?
No, because I don't want them to know I'm probing them. And
I think he knows
Fair
because
enough.
he saved, huh?
No, he
No,
failed.
He did
Yeah.
not save.
No, but I mean, because he had to save, like, doesn't.
no.
Oh,
he
no.
doesn't.
No.
He's not alerted to that.
His body was consumed. I saw it with my own eyes.
How did you
And
assassinate
I saw the
them?
thread. I would not lose trust in the loom.
Is it a different thread?
Impossible.
How did
There
you
was none
attempt
there
to...
when we arrived.
So you
And we can
created
tell-
the thread. Oh, perfect.
We can tell who the thread belongs to when we see it.
Okay.
She'll try to insight on that
How did you attempt to assassinate
because she
them?
doesn't know yet. 18.
Seems truthful, but you're not entirely sure.
Okay. Just narrow her eyes. Watch that.
You're saying something.
Huh?
You're saying something.
So in the end, you have saved your friend. Perhaps
Friend.
saved the king.
Oh, me.
Oh, you.
Why do we think
Yeah.
the king is alive?
When he
Because
says-
But you have
When he
damned.
said-
You have damned fate.
When he says
You have damned us all.
when he says friend and he looks at Valoff, does a vision pop in his head? Like, is he seeing the thread on Valoff or something?
I would say, since you're in there,
Oh,
you
you're
would
still
probably
in-
see
Yeah.
the moment where he
Yeah.
turned to look at the direction that Flora was glancing that
Right.
time at the table, and he instantly saw the thread.
No, but he's asking if he sees a thread above me.
Oh, right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just like mentally noting all this stuff
Mm-hmm.
for later.
And yet the world has turned for countless millennia before you weavers began to ply your trade.
I do not know what god you serve, but I can tell you the past turnings of the world have not been with such dark implications.
There are always difficulties in every era.
And yes, we have sought them out time and time again. These are loose threads. These are people not conforming to the fates that were laid out to them, their destiny.
Your vision for the
Wait,
world.
yeah, I was about to
We
say,
urged them
who
on,
is your
and
guy?
this is our
Who
calling,
weaving
yes.
the web?
But now, the world descends to madness as black threads continuously unravel tapestries long completed. Tapestries that are in our archives, threatening to unravel not only the present and the future, but past itself.
My patron has a perspective that you can hardly comprehend. He sees what was, what is, and what may yet be.
And yet he fails to see what I see.
I doubt that very much.
How could somebody alive now unravel the past?
This is a good question. Perhaps you should take
you
it
just
to...
said it.
I don't know how it is being done. All I know is that the tapestries that exist have unraveled themselves into black threads over and over. They are coalescing to a ball of yarn, undiscernible. We follow the threads back to the sources, try to cut them, keep them from unraveling, but
And what this great ball of yarn is going to crush us.
It's yarn.
My point exactly.
I truly forgot how annoying these weavers were, if I'm being honest
Yes.
with you.
Exhausting.
We had the same thing 164 years ago with the scar.
the scar was nothing like this. Should the world have ended, it was fated to do so. It did not, and we still remain.
Indeed. And that means nothing.
Wait, were weavers a thing before? Were weavers a thing before the scar?
We were followers of the loom, some of us.
Oh my god, the loom, the weave, whatever.
Who constructs the weave, the loom? Who spins the thread?
Dressad's favorite.
The thread spinner. You have named them yourself.
Who?
Perhaps she puts her name onto your tongue.
I named her?
Is she known by any other names?
Oh,
None to us.
Why'd you be Lucian?
What was she before she was the weaver?
On stream.
She has always been.
Done.
There has always been life.
he-
There has
does
always
he
been
know,
reality.
like-
There has always been fate
does he
and
know
destiny.
her name or not? Like,
He does not.
yeah. I look at him. It's like this.
And you are in defiance of it.
Good.
Both of them.
Me?
He looked to Val.
Oh, okay, Devel.
Yeah.
Got it.
What about me?
What about me?
You are an asshole.
That is the truth.
No, his name is Odd.
Insight check.
Yeah, I don't need it.
No.
Yeah, I don't need it.
He's telling the truth and he's
Yeah.
right. No.
Yeah.
You should know. I tell you this, not because I am friends, not because I think you will let me live. I know I will die. I came here prepared to do that. I tell you because I hope, somewhere deep inside my heart, that you will do what must be done and make
what?
this
Killed the
right.
king?
We're going
Perhaps.
we're going to save this world.
That's a terrible idea.
I mean, look,
You
if,
should have known that was a bad idea.
if Elwind
It
is
was
a
not up to me.
necromancer, then
We're going to change this. We're going to fix this world and save it, not by senseless killing for what
What's
we
wrong
deem
with
by
this
being-
world?
It's definitely in
well,
trouble.
they're about to go into
Oh.
war.
So
and
you'll-
that we agree, but your methods are barbaric.
They are necessary. There was a time where we might have
Spoken like a true
stayed our
tyrant.
blade to ask questions first, but we cannot keep up. Things are spiraling out of control. Militaries march on our homeland as we speak. You may
Because-
say it is our fault for
Because
doing
you
this.
just attempted an
But I-
assassination on
I
a
w-
foreign country.
I was there, and so were you. Was the king not beginning to push his people towards a plan of action?
He was.
But we don't know what would have happened had he stayed alive. What we do know is you knocked over the final domino.
So you would wait for me to not only dismiss a sign from my god,
I would ask you not to speed up the end of this world.
you would also ask for me to stay my blade when I see the man who would bring armies against our people.
They are already going
Armies
to
against the world.
They're bringing armies
Against
against y'all
your
'cause
people
you tried to.
regardless.
You
If,
killed him.
if they were doing that and that's the reason you killed them, that's fine. But if you're killing them because of some predestined
You cannot be
world that's
preemptive
not
about
coming
that kind of a thing.
to fruition,
You're a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly.
You could have just kicked off this war that you were trying to prevent.
You are
Will it not be
manipulating
both?
fate to your own.
No,
Oh,
it
gosh.
can't. Because you haven't given the other thing, the other reality, a chance to happen.
There are
You've already set this reality, this string. Ooh, see what I did
Well,
there?
no, what-
You've
yeah.
already set this string in motion.
You're about to say something.
there are no other realities.
Huh.
There is only fate and destiny
Does he
as it
believe
is.
that, like, deep down in his mind?
I'm gonna look
Is
to
he that
to
convicted?
I'm gonna look-
yeah, we're gonna look.
and I'm gonna be like, this idiot.
This guy.
As you say, a frog in a well that knows not of the sea.
I was listening closely until then, but now I know that you act in ignorance. The world, reality, is far larger than you can comprehend, or I can for that matter. There are more times, more places, more chances, than anything that we can grasp. That is the horror, and yes, the ineffable beauty of it. Can't you see? No one of us, no 10 of us, mayhaps not even a god, can get the totality of the beauty of creation. We have to let these things play out. We have to trust that we are strong enough and brave enough and discerning enough to make right what needs to be made right.
Or at
And
least
if you
take a
would let
gentler
them
hand.
play out. You followed me, why? You came here, why? Could you not have let it play out?
Because instead of
Leave the
murder-
world to its own devices?
Because instead of murdering a monarch who has served well and justly for a century and a half, I chose to speak with him to see if he understood what part he was playing. Yes, I do not deny that there is something gravely amiss at that court. I know that. I saw that. But what I absolutely refuse to believe is that somehow this is all, that we are mere puppets. That goes against everything that I've experienced in my life. And now you say that this man, who means a considerable amount to me, is also part of this problem?
I see it now.
And that's it. No reprieve.
You what?
No nuance, no interrogation of it. Just, you see the thread, so you chop his head off.
I have seen it 1,000 times over.
How do you get to the ability to see the thread?
You pledge yourself.
You what?
You
Pledge.
pledge yourself. You thread the needle.
Clean the floors.
And you become
I did too. No, I was
Yeah.
like, woo, that's dark.
you become part of the loom.
So you've chopped these threads many times. Oh, so many times. Yet we're still here. Curious.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're very effective as.
It's almost
fixing
as if
the
some
seam.
people are actively unraveling the fate that binds our world.
Or again, you don't see the bigger picture.
or you're,
This problem did not come from nowhere. There
No.
was a time where we were mostly peaceful.
or you're just splashing in an ocean that doesn't care.
And then someone
Waves
showed you.
continue to crash.
Someone showed you a thread. You pulled. And have you not pulled at a thread before? It unravels everything. And you keep pulling. You keep pulling. It's hard.
This is why we cut the thread. You fool.
Yes, but it's still unraveled. It's still there. You're not fixing anything.
Dude,
You're
We're
making
stopping
it worse.
the decay.
All right. Let's assume that you're correct. Is there any way other than murder to undo, to safeguard things?
yes.
To make him, instead of a black thread, to cleanse it or set it right?
Right. Why
There's
would you not try to
absolutely a
undo
way,
the thread?
because
He used to be a
Tristan-
thread.
And I say Tristan's name, and I'm like, Tristan, one of yours, was trying to kill me for a month.
Our number is great. I know not of this man. And I am sure you make more lies yourself.
I do my best to impart that I'm not lying to him. Like, I don't know if that's like
Persuasion.
a reverse insight
Yeah,
check.
well,
I'm gonna-
well, it's
Yeah.
a persuasion check.
Persuasion check, yeah.
I'm gonna get his attention
Yeah. Okay.
and make him look at me.
And kill him.
Yeah, that's a,
Hey.
yeah. That's a 17.
Can you roll me a wisdom check?
Oh.
That is going to be a 12.
Great.
Them Googles.
So you are charmed by me. And so I'm gonna look at you and say, I don't
I'm on
don't
your
care.
side, buddy.
about these black threads. But as we've mentioned, he was one. And Tristan
And your own
helped us
people, yeah.
fix it. And I know that you know it's possible.
I assure you, I did not know it was possible, but if it was, please take this information to the head of our order.
Why don't you
Flora.
take the information to the head of your order?
I'm gonna message Flora.
Let me go. I will gladly take it.
Well, we're gonna go with you.
Okay.
Maybe I'll talk to the party.
I want to message Flora and say Tristan's intention was to kill Odd, and the thread disappeared.
Right.
He did not do anything to make it go away.
Odd losing the obsidian spear is what we think.
I don't. You told him that Tristan, one of your own.
Well, I'm saying it because he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would just want to make sure, like, I'm letting you still continue to deceive him, and that's what you were on to do. But Valoth is just saying, like,
it's not a deception.
I talked to Tristan about it, and Tristan had all intentions basically to keep an eye on Odd for a little bit and then take him out.
We don't know why the thread disappeared.
We would presume it's because of the spear. But we don't. Yeah. we don't know for certain. And Tristan was not working towards that option.
That spear for a long time.
Tristan was choosing violence.
So it seems
It's
like
on brand.
Yeah.
These threads are maybe linked less to a person and more to that person's intentions and decisions. And people can be persuaded,
or
which I think
influences
is
on them.
Indeed.
Kish's whole thing over here.
Perhaps.
And Odd is a clear example of that.
It sounds like
What's
to me
that?
just
Again,
a
if
long...
what you say is true, I will take this to the Oracle. I will let them know. And as armies march upon our doorsteps, we will try to rectify the situation.
Who is the Oracle?
The leader of Banara,
It's like the king.
the head of the loom.
But not the
Are
weaver.
they the
Not
one
the thread
that...
spinner. No,
That-
they serve.
The thread spinner is a god, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Ah.
Or who you believe to be a god.
In the meantime, at the very least, may I suggest that you kill at least this one and the king. I
Oh, is
Kill
that all?
who?
they
and the
they
king.
are
I'm not killing. I'm not gonna kill
Their
Valoth.
threads are so black.
they are very powerful. They could do a lot of damage in the meantime.
We know he is very powerful.
Our methods
You already
our methods have
already
proven effective up
assassinated
to
the
this
king,
point.
Attempted to.
and
No.
I'm not gonna kill Valoth.
By
So
the way,
you can, you just have to be okay with that.
deal with it. How did you assassinate the king? What made you so sure he was dead?
Well, my companion, who I do not see here,
Do not worry about your companion.
ran him through with her blade,
Hmm.
full of poison. We watched as he stumbled back into the radiant mote of light at the center of the radiant pyre. He burst into light and flame and disappeared. No one could survive that. I could feel the heat radiating from it even where I stood.
Then why did you think you failed?
She'll look to Drazad and kind of nod. That much at least is true.
Because after escaping, we saw the thread. The lights.
Couldn't it just pass to somebody else?
It is possible, but
That's exactly what happened with me. Tristan told me I had the thread,
as I say,
and then it passed to somebody else.
I know without a doubt where that thread leads.
Do
How-
you not think
My
that,
God guides me so.
Do you not think that just killing people, just to get rid of these threads, is maybe not actually to get rid of?
It is not the way that we always have done things. Do not think me a monster.
But you just assassinated a king.
Right. No, there's other things that at some point in time they just decided that it was easier to kill these black threads
Than to
instead of
fix
like
them.
Their
trying to
leader
fix them.
It was
told
not
them
that it was
to start
easier.
killing.
Yes,
It was-
exactly,
it
yes.
was necessary.
No, it was easier.
It was
but
easier.
we can
We could not
agree to
keep up.
disagree. Right. So it became easier for your order to just kill the things instead
In
of take
order
the
to
time.
save
I'm gonna-
the majority.
I'm gonna
Yes.
start like messaging around the group and
Mm.
say like, okay, guys. So 2 options: we can let this guy take that message back to his oracle, or we can turn him over to the Sun Touch and let them have him.
It might be a good favor to
Or
bring
we
in
c-
one of the assassins if we can't get an audience
Yeah.
with the king.
That would definitely
Indeed.
get us an audience.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say
Oh,
something.
say it.
No, it is gone.
We can wait.
Would, given the events that happened that
Mhm.
I as Sam know from the last campaign,
Yes.
and how that somewhat kind of ties to Cranton, would we know who the thread spinner or whatever their name is? Like if they have any other names?
You as Sam or you as Valoth?
Valoth.
Make
Backup powers.
Make a religion check.
When we bring Becca in, she's gonna be. the
Whenever
leader.
you're not, whenever you call it whenever you reference the weave, are you referencing like the weave as in like
So,
in classic D&D like
I
Mystra and
try
the
not to
weave?
jump in and correct you guys, but it is the religion is the loom.
Yeah.
Right.
The
They are
people that
weavers.
they are weavers.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, okay.
Val
is
My bad.
purposely
Yeah,
saying
okay,
the
okay.
the leader is the oracle because she is the head of Benara, and they follow the thread spinner.
I'm gonna take the.
Got it.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
They collectively are the loom.
And my god is a dragon.
No, it's not.
So is theirs. So is theirs.
Mine actually. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna use my reaction.
God.
Take
You
16 for
Your god's
21
a dragon.
reaction check. 21 total.
Not really.
And you're asking if you would know who the thread spinner is,
Or like if I have
was?
any ideas. Basically, me as Sam, like I know it might be either like Osiris or Oham or some weird amalgamation of both. But like, would I know? Like, would Valoth know that they had a hand in it and were kind of the spiritual gods of that area of Benara in the past? And would he reasonably kind of make that connection that that could be
I
who
would
this
say
is?
with your religion check, even with a 21, you said,
Yeah. No.
you don't know. Yeah, what you do know is that Benara has a governmental system that basically necessitates a change in religious order every time a new leader assumes the mantle of Oracle.
Okay, so it's not
that's
always
fun.
Oham leading someone.
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
And the previous Oracle usually chooses the next.
Oracle.
hmm
So that's why it typically falls under the same god, but it doesn't always have to.
It actually usually changes. The one
This
before
god's in this
Arsenaway
murder
was
era.
Bahamut, then Arsenaway started
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dark.
The previous guy was in his wisdom era. This one's like, nah, we're just gonna kill everybody.
So you
Well, it's like a collective faith of the people that whatever Oracle assumes the throne, takes on the mantle of Oracle, it is like their divine influence that will supply the country with what they need, whether that be peace and nourishment, or might and war. Can be any number of those things.
So the looms always exist, but the Oracle
Is now
is now of the loom.
Yes.
And that's why they're gotcha. But
Correct.
The Oracle wasn't before. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
And you've messaged the party at this point.
Yeah, I
Okay,
would have
so-
had to ping everybody
Right,
individually,
right.
but
But there's probably been enough time. Okay.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Well then, you're not afraid to face the king's justice, are you? The laws of this nation.
I mean, did
I would
attempted
be-
assassination? Because
I
you
would
didn't
be happy
actually
to
kill
have a
him.
second chance at taking his head.
That's one way to look at it.
I really do not like
Not
you.
if we break your legs and your arms, you know.
Well,
Then
We
I
could
will
do that.
gnash and bite, as strong as I might.
Yeah, we could take your teeth out too.
Okay. That's a
I
little
will
bit
bleed.
further.
I will bleed on him.
I am trying to intimidate.
Tis
this
but a
guy.
flesh wound.
Yeah.
Make an intimidation
Yeah.
check, but I will say
Yeah, this guy is
he's
very
pretty
He's
resistant.
devout. He was
What?
on their almost important mission to kill the king.
I am going to
Yeah,
use
that
a
doesn't.
reaction to take 11 for a 20.
Nope.
So are you just like a
He stays.
casual?
He stays stoic. You see a glimmer of worry run across his face, but he straightens his demeanor quite quickly.
I message all y'all. I wouldn't do that.
Valoth is going to respond. Okay. Very, very unconvincingly. They're unconvinced.
there's a soft sigh of relief from Kishtari.
Yeah.
Drazad says out loud without replying to the message. You were literally talking about eating people like a week ago.
Eating people.
Yes, you were both talking about eating people.
Humans.
Because we're not
Yes.
human.
We're not human.
It wouldn't be cannibalism. We're not
Yeah,
actually going to eat them.
technically not
I see.
It's a thought experiment,
Yeah.
Drazad.
I see.
Yeah,
you.
you'll eat, depending on how hungry you are. Come on.
Is there any reason to harbor him from the law?
I think he might garner us some
Favor.
favor.
Elwyn choose to deny us?
We need to speak with Elwyn in any.
Drazad thinks this is exactly how we get in to see the king and to see Elwyn.
If you keep me alive and allow me to return to my people, I will see that your names are made known to the Oracle.
There's the other one.
Because that's the thing we want. Our
Yes.
names
And
known
we're
to
the
the Oracle.
Blackfoots.
Okay.
If we do want that, there is the other one.
I
as
think
well.
I think
That's the
bringing in
case, then my
somebody
name
alive is
I would agree.
more beneficial. We can bring the other one.
The one that stabbed you.
I would.
Name?
Okay.
Luciana.
My name is Luciana.
I have heard of you.
you are Black Thread, but I do not see it.
On a different continent.
Drazad just. I'm gonna walk
The golden retriever.
right
Yeah.
outside the door.
How,
Do I still see the tiefling?
Oh, they're outside.
Dragged
dragged
them outside
Yeah.
and disposed of
Drag
them.
them outside. drag them
how bad?
outside.
how far away is
In a set,
Innocent? Yeah.
you would be able to travel there with one more, bound.
Ship trip.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially, it's just on the other side of the burning wood, or the burning forest, and this settlement, Dulwich, is on the edge of it. You can see the tree line from the tavern.
So what we can do?
We must have.
I'm gonna cast a spell on him. I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Okay,
So roll a whiz, I think it is. Yeah, whiz.
he fails.
Okay. You're gonna follow us and be our friend.
How long does
Still
suggestion
charmed by
last?
this.
8
Yeah.
hours.
And how long does charm last?
I don't know.
Like an hour.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think it's an hour.
I will
for
follow
charmed.
you. And it is sometimes okay to hate your friend.
Yeah, sure. I don't care if you hate me, but
You said some awful things to me.
But yeah, it was just
Oh, we're in Inesford.
banter.
I might find the
yeah.
strength to
Friends
forgive
say
you.
awful.
in the
Friends
midst
say
of our
awful
journey.
things to each other all the time.
True.
Well then,
It's that level of comfort that me and you have with each other. What's your name?
He wasn't expecting us to keep him alive.
Liam.
Liam.
See, we had to fight him. Name easy to spell.
Are we?
And in that case,
It tracks.
He's not a main character.
lead the way, dipstick.
Dipstick. That's
uh,
good.
Are we resting
we
here? Or
resting or are we going?
We need a rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should rest.
But that only lasts for 8 hours, so you're going to have to recast it on him.
That's fine.
in the morning?
In the morning.
Early in the morning.
Cast what?
Huh?
Cast what?
Hey, it only lasts for 8 hours, so you have to recast that in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in that
He
case,
goes, nothing.
You message. Yeah.
What?
I will say that you guys are, getting ready for your rest. And now is probably as good a time as any for us to go on a quick break.
Oh, nice.
We'll be back in about 10. You guys don't go nowhere, except for maybe, to go check out the moon or
Yeah, go look at the moon.
use the bathroom. Not at the same time.
or type some-
you know what?
Don't clog your
Do it at
toilet.
the same time.
Type some
Don't
questions in
plug
Be
chat.
wild.
Yeah.
Type some questions in chat. This is the time that I look at it.
Yeah,
I don't take a
Sam
break.
reads all of the questions.
If you
during
got
the
a
break.
question y'all want us to ask this guy, put it in chat.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
We'll see y'all in 10. Don't
Yeah.
go nowhere.
Bye.
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 Oh, big stretch.
Can we hit the long rest button?
Oh, terribly sorry. I didn't know anyone would be here while the stream was running. Give me a moment to tidy up. It's much better. Well, while you're here, we might as well take a moment to thank all of our members for supporting the channel and bringing this stream to life. A huge thanks to Tides of Mo, Brett Venable, Tabletop Beard, Grim Reaper, Atmos Seeker, Justinian at Darkport, Angel Jobert, Paul Tankersley, Corey of Darkport, Angel of Darkport, Dravian, Anthony Pace, Drazadi, Jetstream, JMC, Hunter Archer Sam, John S., Chandler Lund, 9 drops. Dildo Gaggins, Jay Newsy, Just Rage Quit, Amarius Idonius, Jeff Basham, Broken Crayon, Necromantic, Anarchia, KFP, Miss Chubby Bunny, Kenny Hurd, Orzo Saba, Dylan Mama, Meschek Nireti, Travis Ogorshak, Noel, Roll Propelled Gamers, Seamus Finnegan, Rudolph Scarless Dean, Yugi Aito, AEIOU, Peter Patucci, Luca Saturi, Fallenborn, Chantarosian, Rami, Lildeer, Jade Knight, Roman Gelly, Radiant Healer, Mind Soul, Zeiss Ginny, Quips, Black Nando 1, Kevin Cow, Lockmain, Carolyn Mesco, Leon HD, Emerald Moo, Idiotic Programmer, Quell 11, Holden Schneider, Brandon Lane, Bill Allen, Ratatosker TV, Victor Christensen, Cypher, Joram Hoff, Loop Luck, Ronald Diola, Memebot 69000, Crow, One-Eyed Goat 90, Mr. B Plays, Will Plays Games, Player Lord, Sherman Richards 395, Moon Goose McQueen, Meta Lisa, Lil Tired, Bill Ma 1651, Taya, Amadeus, Justin Channels, Dave V, Wawan Uremia, Jameson, Neil Munoz, Professor Fable, Carolyn Gibson, Imrasmodius, and Kubishak. You know, members get tons of unique benefits as well, like these weekly shoutouts and emojis that they can use in the stream chat, and a heaping helping of chaos points that can be used to, well, perhaps it's better to show you.
The most exciting feature for our live streams has come to YouTube. You can now roll dice live to help us in our adventures by using chaos that's built up by watching and interacting with the stream. All you need to do is keep an eye out for earning instructions that appear on our stream, and then spend those points by typing in the commands that correspond to the dice you'd like to roll. This feature is always available, no matter what campaign we're playing in, so be sure to hop in and help out our players because, well, they're gonna need it.
Greetings to all my bearded brothers out there. I'm Alex, also known as Constructed Chaos on YouTube, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Tabletop Beard. This family-owned beard oil company is run by 3 brothers that have combined 2 great loves of mine: tabletop RPGs and beard care. And it makes a lot of sense because, as I'm sure many of you know, growing and maintaining a healthy beard can be an adventure all its own. I started my quest back before I was even on YouTube, and I guess you could say I was stuck at level 1 for a while, constantly itching my way through life with a wild and unkempt beard and just trusting hairspray and regular shampoo to get the job done. Believe me, I was rolling nat 1s on just about every charisma check I made at that point. But eventually I started trying various beard care products like oils, butters, and balms, and I found some that worked well enough, but none of them really tied into my backstory. Not to mention my wife was constantly complaining about the smell. Then I was put on to the products from Tabletop Beard, and let me tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on what kind of flavor you prefer. These guys use a premium oil blend of meadow foam seed, rosehip, golden jojoba, argan, avocado, and sunflower oils to create the most high-quality product that contains no cheap filler or artificial oils that you typically want to steer clear of. And each scent has been expertly crafted and matched to a familiar TTRPG style, so you know exactly the kinds of vibes you're putting out without the scents being too mundane or too overpowering. To top it off, all their products, oils, butters, and balms are made in small batches, so the quality control is top-notch, and so is the customer service. They're always looking for new ways to meet and exceed customer needs, and I've even heard that they have some new ideas cooking up behind the scenes. So consider this your session 0 and take some time to check out Tabletop Beard today. Truly, they're the only starting equipment that you need for your own successful beard care journey. Bear Dritz here.
letting you in on a little-known ranger secret that'll keep you satiated in the wild, even when you have no rations left.
Ew, not that.
I'm talking about subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell icon. It's easy to miss the signs of a stream going live if you're not prepared. So make sure to do that and... What was that?
Hold it right there, adventurer. We're looking for some deviants that refuse to like this video while they're still watching. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this heinous crime, would you? Well then, as you were, but stay out of trouble.
In a world of darkness exists Geramentum, a beacon of hope in the realm of Terra. Our heroes, all with unique pasts, live here and are connected by a common destiny to protect the dream. Welcome to Darkeport, an actual play production company. Our inaugural dark fantasy D&D campaign, Gold, Green, and Red, is inspired by the lived experience of War Medic and GM Angel Gamble. Subscribe to us now on YouTube. Live episodes stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
It appeared out of thin air when they found it, as if by the will of the plains themselves. A curious and mysterious bauble that has turned up time and time again throughout the ages. Some have studied it all their lives, hoping to unravel its uniquely fascinating magical properties. Many more have used its power for their own, though all falling victim to fate in the end. Now, it calls to you. By chance, by destiny, by desire, it matters not. It calls to you, and it calls to be cast from your palm, so that it might deliver unto you the unknown wonders held within.
How much longer are they going to... Oh! Excuse me. Are they still not back? Wait there just a moment. I'll fetch them for you. The little chaos gremlins. You have people waiting, you know!
Welcome back, everyone. As chat now rejoins us after our break, I hope you all had a very nice rest. I hope you got to see the moon. And we now rejoin the five of you post-rest as you begin to wake, those of you who have slept through the night. And not long after prying your eyes open from your slumber, you hear a knock at the door.
Kish is actually going to be concentrating on an elaborate tea service that's there. And she's kind of in a corner waiting, but the eyes come open.
Hello?
May I help you?
Well, I was just wondering, you guys need anything? You kind of just left after last night.
Is that the bartender's voice?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Poor woman. Look around at the party. Who's up?
I'd be up.
Can I come in?
We might need to come out. There's not a lot of room in here.
Sure thing. And she kind of like swings the door open and like stands there awkwardly. You now see her like sort of frail demeanor in the full light of light of torchlit room behind her. I'm just wondering if there was anything I could do for you.
Did that hooded figure in that room, and I'm going to point to the room where that person ran out from, come back last night?
No, they didn't. Should they have?
Just curious. I'm assuming they paid for their room and then left.
Oh, they paid beforehand. That's our policy here.
No, I know. I was just a waste of a room.
It was. Well, checkout is soon. I cleaned up after last night, and following your advice, sir, I've tried my best to let it out of my mind.
Is there any news from the capital?
No. News? Is there news I should be listening for?
Besides the king getting killed a couple days ago?
Well, I did hear about that terrible thing.
You're not a great bartender.
It's a family place.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do this? Is this your passion in life?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Lord, here we go.
New NPC to die on our ship.
Oh,
God.
No. Let's see.
Another tamale will need to be made.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. It's 13.
Honestly, no, but it earns me good money, and even though I was born here, it's a great place to look at the stars.
I message Flora. I'm like, we stop all this right now. We buy this place and we just run this. This is the rest.
Sold.
This is it. Let's do it.
Sold. I can make room for my turds.
I can entertain every night.
Perfect.
We all know.
And then there were two.
Yeah.
Odd and Flora live happily.
We can without any opposition.
We start a separate campaign that's just like a simulator.
It's a B&B.
Yeah, it's a B&B simulator. No. Listen, if this isn't your passion, then you gotta have people in the family that would take this place over, and you could go and do what you want to do.
No.
Drazad picks
It's
up
just
the guy
me now.
in ropes and starts dragging him out the room.
Sound advice, actually.
Hey, Val's gonna follow you.
Yeah,
It's just me now.
Oh.
Who was it before?
My grandmother ran the shop. My father left to join the military, and he died.
Oh, that's sad.
Excuse me, sorry. Drazad is going to shove. Just go down this
Yes,
stairs.
pardon-
past you
pardon
real quick.
me.
Don't give any mind to them.
Yeah.
Our friend is well.
We're in a rush, is what we are.
Yeah.
And it's as Val keeps pulling
This is if Drazad is like taking this burly guy in ropes.
I won't keep you any longer.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure everything was all right after. And before she finishes her sentence, the spell wears off. You hear,
Suggestion.
I'm gonna kill you!
Oh, so sorry. I'll go. Odd. We have to go handle
You just hear,
Can
Hey, it's been 8 hours.
do we? I guess. Yeah. Okay. I gotta go. Listen. I would suggest that you find somebody that makes this life worth living.
Okay.
She falls in love with you.
Oh, not me.
You see her head kind of tilt to the
Yeah,
side.
yeah, I know.
She starts.
I'm like, there is somebody out there for you. It's not me, but there is somebody out there.
Is he still doing that thing? Is he still talking to her? We got to go on.
She leaves you be to tangle with your prisoner as she moves back to the bar and begins to
Deal with her
prepare some fresh
emotions.
brews for her clientele that may be coming in.
Okay. I guess we cast suggestion on this guy again.
Another wisdom save.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just.
That's another fail.
Hey, buddy. I'm like, no, look at me. Look
Remember
at
what
me.
we talked about?
Yeah. Remember? Yeah.
Not you, your manager.
Wait.
I like you more, but I still hate you.
Yeah, but we talked about that. That's the sign
how
of
that
a
works.
great friendship.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
just thought you should be aware.
So the whole
Maybe
way.
there's something you could do to make me like you more.
I'll start singing him a song.
Somehow I feel like this is your problem, not mine.
No, I start singing him a song.
Okay.
About the weave. I'll make something up.
What do you say? You know I'm going to ask.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Give me a little bit of time. I'll think of some.
With that, the room is open to you. What would you like to do?
Head to the ship.
Okay. I guess we should go
I'm
back to the
gonna call Kish.
Kish.
Every time I have to.
We're hungry. We're hungry,
Kish.
chef. Okay, we're hungry.
So,
Send some food. Yeah.
I could go for a quiche from La Madelaine's.
Ooh.
Just La Madelaine's if you're out there.
And some tomato basil soup.
Kish is looking around like she's expecting to see a dead tiefling body out here.
It's been removed.
It's been removed. Okay.
You're in for quite the sight when we get to our ship.
In this company, I would expect nothing less.
That's all.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Just mentally preparing you for the fact that like I also dropped ship and it's like we're in like a little bit of a landlocked town.
So you guys swing open the door to the hole in a hill,
with Tipo floating behind us. I love it.
expecting the rays of daylight to pour in. But as you have been so deprived of the light outside, you suddenly realize that you entered in the morning, slept all day, and it is now night. The moon is out overhead. And as Tipo swims back into the open, you see the stars beyond, and it pulls your mind to thoughts of home.
Of course, yeah.
It's not long as you travel through the relatively small city center. Eventually you make it to the outskirts where a lot of the farmland is, and there you see perched just off the road is the Copper Griffin.
I would like to be keeping an eye out for that hooded figure still.
Okay.
See if they're still there.
And I don't know if you remember this or if you're intentionally not saying it. The hooded figure was in the I think it might have been in a previous note.
Figure.
It was watching her too.
I'll
Okay.
I'll just Kish hired the hooded figure to keep
that was
a lookout.
Okay. Oh, that was the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there are no windows, and she wanted to watch the.
Oh,
Sundash.
yeah, that's true.
Would she
No windows
have
where?
made that connection? Do you think? About the
Maybe.
Figure?
That's
I
up
mean,
to
I
you.
pointed to the room that they came out
Yeah,
of.
next
and
door.
She's real intuitive and also kind of ditzy at times. I'm gonna actually
Okay.
roll to
Yeah,
see
go
if she
for it.
gets that. 12.
I think she might make the connection, at least to the point where she might be like, "Oh, this guy."
Oh, that was me.
Because I also talked to him, so like I would have seen their face. I'd assume
Mm.
under the hood.
You
I
know,
don't know what they look
it
like.
occurs to me, hooded figure. Did he look about yay high? Sandy blonde hair, well tanned.
No. Yeah.
Completely not.
That would have been good. No, see, I'd expect that from him.
Oh no!
Yes. That was them.
Actually, I vaguely recollect asking him to keep watch. I gave him a bit of coin, I think. Or was that last year? I'm sorry. As I said, it all is beginning to blur together.
Yes, you would do well to get out more.
You're not wrong. Just, any road. Is this your vessel?
Maybe.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
As Valve quickly tries to like punch in the code without
I'm looking.
without Kish looking.
Can
I'm
I try to
noticing.
watch and see if the code that you punch in is the code you gave me?
Make a perception check.
Okay, thanks, babes.
Are you trying to hide it, Sam?
I'm trying to hide it from Kish of like you're near.
Oh, gotcha.
You may not see
Perception
it.
check?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I rolled really high.
I did too. 27?
I rolled
Sure.
what is 18 plus 23?
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah.
text me and let me know if
Was
the
it the
code-
same one?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I have the code.
Well, you had it.
You probably don't.
No, you do.
No.
You gave me
And I
a
think
false
Kish is just
code.
kinda-
No,
I think
I
she's just
told
kinda
everyone the
taking
No,
right
you
code this
didn't.
time.
No, you
honestly.
texted us.
Specifically
You
said.
texted.
I did.
You
I
told
did.
everybody the code,
Yes.
and then you texted them a different code.
No. I didn't.
That is not.
Yes,
I know.
you did.
I know what you're saying. I texted you different information, but it was all the same code. You all had different context, but it was the same code.
Gotcha. Cool.
Clever girl.
Because I like to play games within games.
Is this open to the sky, or are we like inside?
Yeah,
it's open.
Yeah.
It's open. Yeah.
Okay.
There is
like
a
a
deck
ship.
below, but
Yeah.
it's mostly
Turtles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly turtles. out
mostly
there.
turtles.
Would you like
Yeah.
a tour? We can let Tipo stick with the turds.
Yeah.
Oh, Tipo might eat the turds.
Do you think they would? He might.
Oh,
They're quite small still.
Are they big?
no.
They're like,
And one of them has literal food growing
yeah.
on its back.
Delicious.
Oh yeah, that's
Probably.
fair.
Never
Best not
mind. I forgot your fish eats.
Fish eats a lot.
Yeah, he eats everything.
Don't let him fool you with that cute act.
So cute.
He's biding his time.
We can put Liam down there with the turds, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Drazad is going to go double check on the engine and make sure it is okay.
I'm gonna start up
So-
the ship and.
Then I'll go downstairs.
As we get to the ship and I get home
Time
dude in
up.
there, I finish the last verse and I say, in the loom of the universe, threads intertwine, silk of seconds and minutes, in the weave of time. Every moment a pattern, every day a rhyme, stitched with memories in this tapestry divine.
You see him cuddle up and go to sleep. That's his favorite bedtime
Brett
melody.
is a bard.
That was awesome.
That's good.
like Jesus.
Very nice.
That deserves an inspiration.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Wow,
If I
we have
was the DM,
inspiration.
I
Yeah.
would give
Well,
it.
you're the
I've never
second DM
seen
at
that.
I know.
Yeah.
You're
We've
right.
already established
That's
that.
a name
Oh,
of the
man.
butterfly? Is this an inspiration?
We level up? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were leveled up last time.
We're level
Wow.
10 now.
Slow your roll there, sir.
That was a lot of lore. Our brains got big.
Oh,
Yeah,
so big.
yeah.
Big
So big
brain.
that you
Big
leveled
brain.
up when you slept.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're level 7. As you all board the Copper Griffin, Tipo, I would imagine, is like kind of swimming up and under through some of the firing holes that you guys made and back over.
Yeah.
It's all
Everyone
right.
is on board. Valith, are you manning the helm?
If he
Make a
comes up to
survival
the-
check for me.
If he comes into the engine, I'll show him. I'll tell him not to touch it though, because it'll burn him.
I am proficient in boats. I forgot. Do I add?
Yes.
Okay.
Get good.
Oh, that's a lot. That's 21 plus my proficiency, 24.
Okay. The ship starts aptly and almost like wanting to, maybe wanting to impress Kish in this moment. You push the thrusters a bit harder than you normally would, spring the wings out, poof, and take off instantly, soaring just above the farmland, gaining altitude quite swiftly as you break above some of the clouds in the nighttime sky. Below, you can see the burning wood, mostly dark green canopies, but underneath you can see specks of firelight that just sort of pop up as you soar overhead, almost casting an otherworldly reddish glow to the underside of the Copper Griffin as the blue moonlight streaks in from overhead. You chart your path north towards Inaset.
In 200 years of life, Kishtari has never been in a vessel like this before, has she?
Hold on.
Probably not. I mean, this. I would imagine this doesn't.
Things we can do that.
It certainly hasn't existed in recorded history.
There's a lot of handles if you're nervous and need to hold on to something.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
There's also a gun on the front.
I actually think the opposite, because when someone who's kind of at that tipping point between in a lot of ways, she's actually just going to open herself to the experience, and you're going to hear her laughing, but it's not going to be like the measured kind of, tranquil laugh of the diplomat. It's more like a little girl,
Like giggly.
Ew.
because it's a new experience. She's over 2 centuries, and this is a new novel experience. It's a rare enough thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're flying.
Yeah.
As you continue soaring northward and days pass, is there anything you'd like to be doing?
When we
You're
do
traveling.
land, I do want to do the skyrite trick.
Okay.
Oh, good. I was about to remind you about that.
But otherwise, before that, there's nothing that Valoth would be
Oh.
specifically doing.
Flora, get to just do this whenever you want.
Are we talking about flying?
Fly, yes.
Sorry, I was paying attention.
Yeah.
Yes, we can fly anytime we want.
That's
Isn't it so cool?
extraordinary.
Have I shown you my turtles?
The turtles. Did we tell?
They
Tristan-
grow good berries.
Are we gonna get another long respite between now and there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's wonderful, but it's also very dangerous. Tipo really going to like them.
Yeah, I have them in their cages. It's okay.
All right.
I'll keep them in their little
You
boxes.
peek below deck, and T-Po's like mouthing the cage, like.
Floyd, because his flippers, he's very clever with it. Sometimes he can get them into places you wouldn't think those fins can go.
I want to build a box for Tipo. No, Tipo. Don't eat my turtles.
He plays simple, but he's very cunning.
Oh my god, I love T-Po so
I
much.
just imagine like a fish, like you know the sucker fish that's like on the scum.
Oh yeah.
That I'm
Yeah,
imagining
like on the
that
aquarium. Yeah.
on the side of the
Wah,
turtle
wah, wah,
cage,
wah,
like
wah.
trying to get in there.
I would imagine after a little while, you guys check on him to make sure he's not causing too much of a disturbance down there. He learns to like act like he's not doing anything. So when you look below the deck, he T-pose.
He's just.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Had to throw a dad joke in there somewhere.
Now we have to kill Tipo. Unfortunately, we have to kill the fish.
Is there like disinspiration in this game?
Oh, geez.
Uninspirated. Uninspirated?
That's what
Uninspired?
No, it's uninspirated. That's it. It's canon now.
Uninspirated. There's so many shorts of me saying words wrong.
No, you're just let you and
Making my
Shakespeare. You're
own
just
language.
inventing language as we go.
That's
Soon you'll be able to have secret conversations with your turds,
myself.
with your
And
new
my
language.
So as your travels continue, near midday of your second day of travel, in the distance you can spy it. It's actually quite easy to see even while still traveling over the burning forest as the tree line begins to diminish a bit. You call forth your skywrite so that you can block the view of the vessel.
I know this to be like a bigger, like, because it's the capital, right? I would try to set it down like further in the forest.
Okay,
Maybe not the burning forest, but maybe just like some trees nearby, just to
sure thing.
so that it's covered from view.
I will say make a perception check as you do this.
Do I take? Nah, it's gonna be 8.
Okay. At the very least, you can see the city in the distance. It's quite large, larger by quite a number compared to New Salvation, and even to Nivira. This is a large city. It doesn't look to be as advanced, but the walls are towering and impressive. The buildings seem to reach out like spiky spindles from within that protected nest that the walls provide. And as you set your ship down, you might even feel a tinge of excitement for the city itself and not just the adventure ahead of you.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I will set the lock code to the same thing it was before, convinced that Kish didn't see the what it was previously.
Mm-hmm. In that case, once the lock is set, you have your prisoner, who I assume you have been casting suggestion on because you've done so up to this point.
Yeah, has it been more than 8 hours?
We got a long rest
Well,
in there.
Being this is about midday,
Mhm.
I would say about 4 hours of the 8 hours have passed since your last casting.
Okay.
Since you've probably been doing it in the mornings when you wake up.
Were you recasting, or were you just waiting until we got close because he's on the ship? It doesn't matter what he says.
No, I like to keep him docile, so he's not like trying to jump overboard and shit like that.
So he's got about 4 hours remaining, but the ship is landed in a sparse cover of trees. You can see the city in the distance, even from here, even with it still maybe a few hours of walking away. You can see it quite clearly.
Get us closer.
But the closer we get, the more the ship is seen, and we saw how it was like trying to fight people off of the ship.
Okay.
That was a very
I would rather it
complicated
be
situation.
further outside of town. We might have to do a little bit more running, but
We need to install. Hey, Drizot, can you install a remote control?
You're really going to add something else to my to-do list?
What if you could control this thing to fly like to us?
So like a
Caleb goes back and takes that level of artificer,
like a
whatever.
like a permanent unseen servant on the ship that I can communicate with. That would be interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get to work on. You know what?
Yeah.
In fact, actually, you know what? I will say I absolutely can do that.
I was thinking of like mechanism controls on the wheel itself and all the things that you can like operate remotely.
Are you forging new things for us?
That seems
Always.
I'm just trying to figure out automated parking.
that seems potentially just as complicated as the time. We'll
I like
spitball
that
it.
too,
We'll
yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
go to the forge and see how we can do this.
Okay.
To town.
You all begin walking to Inniset. And after a few hours pass, you are there at the walls, impressive as they are. A large gate greets you, stoic and cold and metal. Beyond, you know, a city awaits. But
Are there guards? I would assume there's guards at the wall.
Yeah, it must be sunflower
I'm sure it's
everywhere.
probably heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
make a perception check for me.
While we had all this time with this dude,
Yeah,
did this guy have anything on him like worth?
You guys had checked before. He had
Yeah.
his holy symbol was magical. I'd imagine he'd have some money. We'll say like 24 gold. Not
Okay.
much.
I give that to the innkeeper.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. All the
Wow,
money we
okay.
get off of that. Find the man or a woman. Who cares? Just find somebody.
As you've now come to rest at the southern gate of Inniset, your gaze has been drawn upwards to the towering walls that shield them from the outside world. The stonework is impressive, having survived this era and years beyond even. It looms in silent splendor. Curiously, though, absent are any sentries atop the walls or guards at the gate, leaving the entrance to this fabled city strangely unattended. The massive iron gate, adorned with symbols of sun worship, remains closed.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
As make an athletics check. I want to see how loudly you knock.
Can it be acrobatics?
He does a flip.
It cannot. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop.
Can I resonate? Can I resonate with the two?
Well, no, that's performance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still better at that than I am at athletics.
Is that really?
That's another nat one.
Oh my god.
Really?
Take something out
You
that's
bruise your
hot.
hand. You're like,
happening.
bong,
It's
ah!
There's a 13, 15, 17, and 18.
I can take the 13 for an 18
No.
total.
Yeah.
No, sorry. No, I'm not taking anything because it's a +0. Sorry.
Okay.
Not taking anything. That's just gonna be.
You guys see Valoth walk up and sort of rap upon the large iron door. It hardly resonates. The sound hardly carries, and all of you are like, they obviously.
He turns around and he goes, "I don't think anybody's home."
A little guy opens a door and is like, nobody sees the professor.
What do you want with my cabbages?
While that's happening, Alex, because this is ridiculous. There's something that's happening here. She's gonna scan to see if she can spot anybody watching us.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
Yeah, well,
And
these
Val's
idiots
gonna
are
say, "We
just-
could always take the ship and fly in, but I'm hesitant after what happened last time."
Okay.
Yeah, that did not go well.
You
last
scan
time.
the area, in particular, looking back towards the ship. You even take some paces back to look up towards the wall, gain a better vantage. You see no one.
This is wrong. This is a teeming metropolis.
Instead, you hear cheers coming from the other side of the wall.
King's alive.
People celebrating in earnest. It certainly might appear that maybe they just don't know anyone's at the gate, and it's quite rowdy on the other side of it.
I'll quickly relay that to the party.
I mean, do we want to try to fly in?
I mean, is the door locked?
Is there like a what do you call it? Gate door? A
Doorbell?
small door?
Like, can I just push it open?
Usually,
Yeah,
like
usually-
a big archway will have a small door inside or on the side.
There is a smaller one.
Yeah.
Just push our way to the
I go to
capital.
that one. I'm like this, and then knock on that small one.
Okay. As you knock on that door, you wait for a moment. But instead of that door opening, a deep thud echoes out from within the large door, along with sounds of flowing chain. With a creaking groan, the gates swing open, revealing not the welcoming embrace of the city, but a procession of sun-touched soldiers marching forth in unison with fierce purpose. Forced to step aside, you watch as they move swiftly past, their armor gleaming in the sunlight as they embark on their journey east. The streets beyond are alive with throngs of cheering onlookers lining their cobblestones, their voices cheering in a symphony of admiration and support for the soldiers blessed by Pelor.
They're going
I forgot to mention this, but the staff looks like the mall.
Okay,
And I am proficient in malls. That's why I asked if we had a long rest, because I wanted to swap to do that.
got it.
And
Okay.
because we're going into, I want to make sure I hide my shield.
Okay.
Yep.
As the army begins like pulling out, you're at the side door and you sort of
there? Get in line.
you sort of like hide the shield
Yeah.
from their eyesight. But looking back, many of them, there are high-ranking members who are sun-touched elite, and there are rank and file as well. All of them are stoically head-faced forward. This is the moment that they have trained for. They are marching off to war to fight for the honor of their beloved king. They pay you no mind as they march down the pathway east, and the door is open to you at this moment. But still, the procession continues.
Are
You
there
can slip
people in
past.
the
There's room.
streets like cheering them on as they go? Is that what all the noise is?
Yes,
like
that's
commoners
exactly
and
it.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll as we kind of like make our way past, like, don't mind us. Once we get by a commoner, I'll be like, "What's going on here?"
You don't know?
There.
We
They-
just arrived.
Well, you picked a hell of a time. They're marching to fight
They're
the
going to war.
Venarans
For what?
for the terrible transgression they brought against. They killed the king.
Oh, yeah.
Does Homeboy say anything whenever they
I'll
say
look
that?
at him.
Yeah.
I'll look at Liam when they say they killed the
Isn't he
king.
under
Yeah.
suggestion right now?
He is, but
Yeah.
I mean,
He is. He's friendly to me.
Oh.
yeah,
He maybe like looks to you guys. He's like, they don't know this. He is still alive.
Apparently not to them.
Let's go, bud. We're gonna me and you are gonna Scooby Doo this thing.
which one are you, Shaggy, Scooby?
Yeah. Both. He's
And
definitely
Velma.
a friend.
Do they seem,
Yeah.
do they seem somber at all that the king's dead?
I think they're like
They're
triumphant that they know they're going to get their revenge.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to war.
But make an insight check for me. I'll see what you may be able to glean from the crowd.
Non-mod 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Not 20 and that 20.
Not a 20.
Looking across the
Double negative.
faces in the crowd, you can see that all of them are cheering. Yes, some of them are sobbing. This being the seat of power in Imesford, and seeing how beloved the king was, even in New Salvation,
Yeah.
you imagine that he did right by them. He was a good leader,
Yeah.
and they're saddened by his death and driven to revenge in this moment. Especially when you gather some of them might have even been there when he was killed not a week ago.
I'd kind of stops and looks at all the soldiers marching in a procession and kind of gets his faraway look in his eye and kind of just shakes it off real quick and continues to, come on, buddy, let's go.
What's on your mind, friend? I mean, dipstick.
A lot. And like, weirdly, I will like confide in this guy because
He's not long for this world.
But I'll look at him and I'll just say, just like you, so many people just blindly follow orders.
These people don't know what they're marching for.
You,
They don't even know that their king still breathes.
You don't know why you kill.
They're
Besides-
fools. They're all fools. These little
Are-
red capes.
are we
They're so
hearing this?
silly.
Yeah, sure.
I would say, just as you see them, we see you.
Oh yes, this is how eyes work. Thank you.
Yeah. And
You are truly a lost cause.
I'm like, Come on, man. Let's go. Just shake it off.
You've left him in the garb he was in,
But
so
he's
he would
all tied up, right?
he would
So
be dressed as sun touched, but
Can
tied
you
up.
identify it if you're like? I'm thinking like Bugs Bunny style ropes.
Oh,
where you
like
can't-
he's hopping.
Like you can't see, like his arms are pinned and like you can't see
That's
what
what I was
he's wearing.
imagining.
You know what I
too.
mean?
That's why I was like, I'm
I would
just
say it's
carrying him.
It-
very
like
hard to
this.
move him. He's probably like hands bound behind his back and maybe a
I
few
got
other
you.
ropes to like make
Okay,
sure he
if
can't
that
move
was the
too
case,
much.
then I think we would have took off that garb. Then you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
we don't want to march a prisoner sun touch or.
And he definitely doesn't
and
have his holy
I
symbol
want to
on.
bring. He doesn't have his holy symbol. I want to bring the garb that he had on,
Yeah.
but I definitely he's like in a potato.
Yeah, we don't want
sack.
people to think that we've got him like
Yeah,
as a sun
he's
touch.
he's in a
Okay.
potato sack now.
As you begin to maneuver your way through the city,
I convinced him that the potato sack was better looking.
I'll say
You
that.
do look stylish, by the way.
Thank you.
He's strutting.
This loose fit is not something I'm used to. It's hard to move in this thing.
That's why we put the holes in the arm. The
It's
arm
easy
holes.
to move my arms. It's the rest of me.
That's the style now, man. Come on.
As you begin to navigate the city, you actually find it a bit hard to find any sun-touched military members that aren't part of this procession. And even further still, because of the procession moving down the main street, you find yourself having to push into alleyways every so often just to get further into the city, to almost swim upstream, as it were. Who's leading the party right now?
I mean,
I guess I can.
No, I probably would be because I'm like
Marching?
with
'Cause
the
you have-
prisoner.
you have
I'm
one
going to call
point.
him the prisoner.
You do have
I'm
a
with
prisoner.
Liam, so that I'm just going to be like, if anybody's like, what are you doing here? I'm going to talk to the king.
Okay.
Oh,
To Elwyn, the
I'll-
court wizard. They don't know the king's alive.
True.
yeah.
We don't know for sure that he's alive.
We don't know for certain
Yes,
either.
okay.
I would have
Yeah.
told you on the ship that
Yeah,
like
go
I
and
was
talk to
reading
Elwyn.
that guy's
Yeah.
thoughts. I'm sorry, I meant to say that.
Yeah.
In our travel, I definitely would have partake like during our interrogation of this guy. I was literally reading his thoughts, and he 100% believes the king is still alive. They saw a black thread in the sky that is unmistakable to them as being a thread of the king. But we know, the
Could
thread can
transfer.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So-
I'm still not convinced.
Right.
no, I'm kind of
So
convinced
I
the thread
think we
is
need to go
Elwyn's
find
and
Elwyn.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Is it Elwyn or Elwyn?
Elwend.
There's no O.
There's no O. You always
Yeah.
add it, but
I
it's okay.
always do.
See,
It's okay.
you're getting too complicated. We're about to fight him because it's easy to spell.
Yeah.
Elwyn did a lot of shit in our last campaign. So
Drazad, make a survival check for me since you're maneuvering the party through streets you've never traveled before.
are we trying to be sneaky? Because I can cast Pass Without a Trace.
We're in like
I
a
don't
big
think
crowd.
you can pass without a trace
I mean,
in a
I
in
just-
a
I mean, hiding
I'm
in plain
just-
sight is a thing.
I'm
in a
just
city during
offering.
the day. Yeah.
I'm just.
I'm
offering.
going to take the 13 from the chat. I'm going to use my reaction
Okay.
for 17.
Okay.
It's always with the stain.
Where is it that you're trying to head to in the city?
Um,
City center.
Big ass
Unless
white
somebody
tower.
tells me different, I'm heading to where I imagine the
The king's court.
yeah, like I don't want to
Okay.
say city hall, but yeah, like where
There's a giant tower.
like where the castle would be.
There was.
Oh.
Um,
Man,
And
I gotta go back and watch the last campaign.
well, that you wouldn't find anything about that in
Yeah,
the last
we
game.
didn't,
Okay.
we didn't do anything to that tower.
That's
We-
where I
we-
was.
that tower did a lot of things
That's
to
where I was
us.
drawing that information
that
from.
wasn't-
Yeah, the
like-
tower did a
once.
lot of things to us, but we did not.
As
do
you
anything to it.
maneuver further into the city,
Yeah.
hoping to find the seat of power within it, you travel through back streets and alleyways to avoid the crowds, every so often spying old parts of the city that have been built atop. There are a lot of ruined structures that have stood the test of time that may have even dated back to the fall of Inaset. That happened at the turn of the century. Moving further still throughout the city, every once in a while you find a very large slab of weathered, ornate marble, curved in almost a cylindrical shape, although it is lopped off in places. Remains of some structure that may have existed before ages ago.
A donut shop.
And through this meandering, you don't find the city center, but you do find an area where it seems to be of some importance. It's raised up on a small platform off on a side street. You can see that there are these stone monuments and statues that rise stoically atop their plinths.
Definitely want to check that out. But before that,
Definitely gonna check that out.
Definitely do that.
He said, okay, that sounds great, but
that might be our characters, and I want to see a statue of Cheryl. Would Kish not know where we're going?
I was gonna say if it looks like we're way far afield, I was gonna see if I could give him an aid action, basically to kind of herd us toward where he was giving the speech. But I don't know if that's where we need to go.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of like debating it. But if Drazad just seems like we're just going off into back alleys or whatever, then I probably will speak up.
Knowing the lay of the land, we are you all are sort of veering a bit away from the main road, but you're making your way towards the city center well enough.
Okay.
yeah.
We might even exchange eye contact at some point about that.
Yeah.
Leadus, we don't talk
Val
about
would
the
say
towers
out.
who exploded.
Yeah.
We don't talk about those.
It's no less than more
No
than
less than more than two. Okay. All right.
They be collapsing
Definitely.
towers, man.
It's definitely at least one.
It's definitely in the positive.
Yeah.
Valve would at least would say out loud. He wouldn't even care. He's like, "Oh, we get lost pretty often."
I have a map.
No, that tracks.
I try to help them. They don't listen.
We can always find a way back.
To look up.
But you're making the map, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Yeah.
we're more or less on track, Drazad.
What do these statues look like?
You see their weathered surfaces bearing the weight of history and heroism as they stare towards some distant horizon. Names etched in marble pay tribute to the brave adventurers who thwarted the very end of days.
I knew it was gonna be us.
There's some
Well played.
small, lush areas of gardens and tranquil fountains that provide a serene backdrop to the otherwise raucous cheering that you hear in the very distance. That is, save for one statue that lay toppled over with red paint slung across its now empty plinth, reading "Murderer."
What's
The paint.
the name on the statue?
So how many statues are there, including the one that's toppled?
Is there one maybe that says like Tafabi?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Is there one that says Cheryl Laws?
There are 5 statues, including the one that was toppled. Make a perception check for me.
There's
The
one.
one that's toppled, does it look like my friend that I met
Your friend that you met.
in the staff?
Valve.
Valafar?
No.
14. I
With
have
your
something
14,
giving me pluses. Oh, it's on saves.
You look across these statues, and as you begin to detail your attention and make known the intricacies of each of these carvings, something takes your attention away. You've done it again, huh? If I've got to keep fixing stuff, I won't have time to break anything myself. Looking in the direction of the voice, you see no one at first, but the swell of magic directs your eyes lower as you spy an old gnomish woman holding both hands and casting a spell upon the broken statue. Your head snaps back to see her handiwork, and it's already done. The sculpture is repaired without so much as a scratch or hint of vandalism.
The voice.
The impressive feat is made a bit less so as you hear a loud honk from the gnome. Her magic now spiraling out of control. The air clears of smoke and debris, and you can see she now sports webbed hands and feet along with a bright orange goosebill. Honk! Honk!
I
Honk!
knew I recognized her.
Oh my god, did you guys see that? That was some wild magic.
The gnome continues to explain, almost like gesturing against herself, as she suddenly and carefully ties her grayed blonde hair into 2 buns overhead to concentrate, and furrows her brows Suddenly, the webbing recedes and the duckbill turns to old orange peels that fall at her feet. That's better.
Is this Taffy?
I'm sorry. Why did they break that statue? I know we want to know, but I think it is.
Did you
I'm trying to get there, but I wouldn't just be like, "Who are you?" Because Val doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
I'm like, did you mean to do that? That seems disturbing.
It just gets away from me sometimes.
We don't necessarily have the time. If I would remind everybody to dilly dally.
You guys know these people?
And no, those
No.
those are statues to Drazad, and I'll keep kind of
Do
walking.
you know these people?
Well, I used to.
Those are
I
statues.
can't, Alex.
Do I know those people?
Who?
Like,
Why did
obviously,
Make
like,
a history check.
Well, yeah. Like, why
do I
did
get advantage on this because historical songs, like the balance of the
No, it was
year.
a straight roll.
Okay.
That's a good attempt, but
Gotten you.
Why did that one say murderer on it?
18 plus 5, 23.
you know who these people are. They are Salvation, the ones that thwarted the end of days. Well, she was from Benara. I think they're mad at them right now.
Who was?
Oh, that makes sense.
Arsenaway.
Oh, so I
You
know,
know,
I know
like-
all their names too. Like,
Yeah, you would.
yeah, okay, yeah.
There's Oracle of Benara for a time
Oh yeah, they're
before
weavers
they
now.
started playing with string and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're weavers now, right?
Mhm. Well, yeah.
Yeah. What?
Do you know where
I look. At the
Elwind
stats.
might be?
Oh, that guy. he's that way, and she points further towards city center. Careful around him.
Do any of the statues look like her?
There is one that looks like a younger version of her, especially the buns that are tied up above her
As
head.
I'm like going down the line, I'm like, that's that, and I'm like, is this you?
Well, it used to be. Well, it's a statue. Well, that's Taffy, and I'm Tafabi Allywink Dayrol.
So you're like an
This
ancestor.
is so cool.
Wait,
You're like an
is
ancestor.
that your mother?
No,
Have you been reincarnated?
Or descendant. That's
Wait.
your ancestor. Yeah.
Wait, it used to be you, like in the past.
well, yeah,
Oh, wait, y'all.
without the like weird creases in my face.
What?
It's just getting old.
You could always pick up some anti-aging cream.
As I understand, this happened quite some time ago.
Yeah,
Is that normal for the lifespan of gnomes? Do I know that? Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
gnomes
Okay.
gnomes live to like 250, 300.
And she was like 5 whenever we saved the world.
She's very
So
young.
you're the Taffy, the savior of the realm.
I'm Tafabi Allywink Dayrol.
What
Who are you?
I'm odd.
And not like odd as in like he is odd, but
You
odd
don't
as in
have to
like
explain this every time.
as in like his name is odd, like capital O odd.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I agree.
That's my middle name.
You know what happened
the mystery thickens, Flora.
with Zealous.
The country, the dude, it's kind of
dude?
confusing.
Yeah, when she says the dude,
The dude.
does that like strike us as odd? That she would say the dude? I
No,
forget
that's
who-
odd.
No.
No, I like them.
I do a voice, so I don't have to do that.
I like them. They are catching on very quickly.
But like, would that strike us as like weird? Like, I forget if we've
Maybe.
learned that Zealous was a person or not, because we read that book, but that book was not that time. That book was the time
You-
before.
You knew that Zealous was like a
deity
god, a
thing.
deity.
Okay.
It's all really confusing. I was kind of just there.
Okay.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, well, thank you. So you know Elwind?
You could say that.
Love her.
In fact, say it. It's true.
Okay. You talk to them frequently.
No.
What is your opinion of them?
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Did you know the king?
Yes.
Thoughts on him?
Good guy.
Did you know him recently too, or
I came.
back then,
I came to pay my respects. I knew him a long time ago.
Where were you?
At home, where I
home?
live. I'm not sure I could tell you that.
Oh,
stranger danger?
I was just wondering, like your ballads are sung about you.
Are they really?
Yes. Start finding some old songs in my bag.
No,
good
don't
songs?
get him started on the
they're great,
songs.
Yeah.
Cool. They sing about Harold.
Huh?
They sing about Harold.
They would probably.
Yeah.
Sure.
My squirrel.
He's right there.
Yeah.
And he points.
No
to
way.
Well, there's a squirrel on the statue.
I was gonna be like,
Harold
It's Harold the 500th.
They're all.
Wait, I thought
They're all
Harold was
Harold.
Harold actual
He was
squirrel?
I had a familiar.
Well, then familiar's a lot, like you still have the familiar, right?
I don't know.
They're
I thought it was like a
magical
real
beings.
squirrel that you
It-
had just befriended.
Oh,
It was.
It wasn't a magical familiar, but he was like my little best friend that
I
made me
got
buy
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely sung about Harold.
That's great. Good to know.
Harold the Feral,
You know any of them?
the squirrel that ripped out somebody's throat one time. I've heard of that squirrel. Like,
Harold was a nice squirrel.
well, that's not what the song said.
Must have been a different Harold.
That's not what the song said. The song said he was a bloodthirsty squirrel that definitely ripped somebody's head off.
No. Do it again. Different one.
Do it again.
Would I know? Because again, this is trying to Valaf versus Sam knowledge. Would I know that Valafar knew salvation?
Valoth would not know that. No.
Okay.
Well, because
There's no
Valfar
chance.
technically didn't know salvation because we
You
didn't
technically don't
name
even know
ourselves.
Like Valafar outside.
No, but
of,
I mean like the
name
group is what
and
just instead
like
of-
Oh, I
his
see. Okay.
relationship to the staff. That's about it.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could.
And it looks like a mall right now. Does she show any kind of recognition towards that?
I would. Well, like
Does
Taffy,
Taffy?
would because it's Valafar's mall. We died together.
Is she, good
Nothing
point.
bonds you. Nothing bonds you
Like-
closer
like
to
that kind of
somebody.
dying
Like
together.
dying
Yeah.
together
Sorry,
with
I'm not
somebody.
like trying
No,
to meta,
no, I
but
appreciate that,
Yeah,
please,
no,
please, yeah.
Taffy would recognize that.
Where'd you get that?
It was a gift.
I died with the guy that held that once.
Oh my God, we have got to get out of here ASAP. Let's go. Keep walking,
That
everyone.
actually brought me
Are
back.
you a ghost? Wait,
Valafar.
Yeah, that guy.
Jerzad's
I'm
walking
surprised
away.
you know him. They didn't make a statue for him though.
Well, they did. I mean, they killed him.
Yeah, well, they weren't.
Yeah,
Going
they weren't gonna
to-
put it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They make statues of people they kill.
I did.
so you
I
A
did
lot of statues in there.
Did he travel with you?
briefly.
Yeah, that's right.
Really, we were kind of like 6, not just 5. But you know, Valfar didn't care about that stuff. He just wanted to smash things. It's fun. I don't blame him. I've done it. Watch, you like topple the statue again. it falls,
Damn it.
breaks, and then puts it back together. You see it sort of reassemble piece by piece, almost like Harry Potter magic style.
Who are all the statues? Like, can you name them real quick?
Arsenaway,
Yep.
Sheralaz, Sarnorin. Sarnorin. He was kind of a jerk. Me, Tafalbi, Eliwink, Daygirl, and Rin.
Does Ren have the mask on in the statue?
He does. He would.
Valafar said that he failed to save the world. Is that because he died, or do you think that means that something that you guys did was not quite enough?
I don't know. He's dead. How did you talk to him?
He appeared to me from the afterlife.
You sure it wasn't a weird dream?
Would also know that he talked to.
Yeah, he's done that before.
Sarnorin.
Yeah, he's come back before.
Yeah, like in the mist.
Yeah,
And it's been a long time.
it has.
Yeah. I mean, maybe so. Oh, thank you for your time. We're actually going to go speak to Elwind. I know you said you know him. If you wanted to come along, you're more than welcome.
Oh, no, I need to head back. I was just checking these out before I left, making sure they're still in good shape. And she looks over at the statue of herself, and you see a little spiral of magic shoot out of her palm as she ages her statue up just a little bit. Yeah.
But overshoots it, and then she does it.
Yeah.
Just back
Yeah.
and forth. Okay. Well, safe travels.
Thanks.
And then he's just going to turn around and walk away.
You as well. Be careful. Like I said, that Owen guy.
I'm like,
You'll get a.
like when everybody's like,
Make sure you have diamonds if you go.
oh, why?
Well, killed me, brought me back. You know.
I stop. I turn back around.
What?
Then
What?
you might be interested in knowing that we think he might have brought Tilly back. Or Tillywin, whatever his name.
Tillywith.
Tillywith, yeah. I can't
You
remember his
hear
full name.
from like a block away. No, he definitely did.
Well, I mean, Tilly was a good guy.
But for some reason, they're still marching on Banara under the pretense that he is dead.
Sounds like you should fix that.
Okay.
I walk up to her with like
You were
one of,
doing Taffy justice.
I walk up to her like one of the sheet musics I have of redemption. I'm like, we sign this.
Would she sign it?
Yeah.
She signs it.
Is there a faint air of cupcakes? As
Yes.
every time she fixes the statue and everything?
Yeah. And
They smell not as sweet as they did.
Oh.
but-
They're a little stale.
yeah.
Yeah. The bread's a little
A little
rough.
old.
And I will say that as she signs it to Fabi Ellywink Dagrel, she takes up the majority of the page with her signature.
Yeah.
Even better.
Perfect.
Before we leave, Kishtari will turn to her because I think with Kish's experience with the scars, she's probably well aware of who this is now.
I think so.
At least in like legend.
Yeah.
You know, if not, obviously.
Especially
not
after the
personally.
conversation unfolding before
Yeah.
you. You can connect the dots.
So she turns and she uses an ancient form of respect when she addresses her. Domina, you rendered the realm, the prime material, an incredible service. Thank you very much. And she'll put a hand over her heart.
I knew some of those words. You're welcome.
Smiles.
And she skips down the street. Old as she is, she still seems to have a bit of a spry step.
Does she flutter off?
She
She
does
still
not
has
flutter
wings.
off.
Does she still have wings?
She does still have wings. That's true, yeah.
That's why I was asking.
She uses the wings to sort of like hover as she
That's how
steps.
she's skipping. That's how she's skipping.
But she maneuvers north through the city, seemingly making her way back home now that she's done what she came to do.
Destiny is all, friend.
The closer we get to the tower, people do whatever, but when we get close, I want to begin ritual casting, not the tower, but wherever they are, the detect magic, so that it's up
perfect.
while we're there.
That's what I wanted you to do.
I'll scurry to try to catch up to Drazad.
If I need to cast Revivify and I don't have a diamond, are you okay with me just spending the 300 gold pieces? Sorry, I had a stroke trying to figure out.
Yeah, just to save time, I'm
That's
okay
okay.
with that. I would assume you will buy diamonds when you know.
And I'll
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Great.
So what are you all doing now?
Otherwise, I'm not stuck.
I can't focus on anything because we just saw Taffy.
Um,
I can't believe
Drazad's-
you just slipped that in
Did
there.
you know her?
I'll kind of, as everybody catches up to me, So, did they have any useful advice on how to talk to Elwind or anything?
Elwind has a history of bringing people back to life.
Yeah, Drazad had already a pretty solid statistical chance of getting that right.
Were you not there?
He didn't seem like to be a
I was
cleric,
walking
though.
away.
Okay.
He didn't seem to be a cleric in my visions of him and from what we've talked about.
No, I'm
Not
like
many wizards possess that kind of magics.
I am convinced he is some form of necromancer. How he is doing what he is doing, I do not know.
Oh, she did not seem undead.
But
And she claimed that he brought her back to life.
Negative plane. That would explain. Yes.
we have seen weirder things.
Is he a wizard?
And just as Drazad can give life, he can also take it. So I imagine that there is some way that someone who can take life be able to give it back appropriately without, you
Take
know,
me, Drazad.
the undone. Without the, you know.
Did Odd say that? Okay.
And that's exactly how Drazad reacts.
Okay. That's an eyebrow raise.
Drazad does not have any kids. We have discussed this.
So you're all continuing on towards the city center at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Continuing to lead them out from this section of the city that seemingly pays homage to salvation, you eventually break the threshold of this forest of buildings standing atop old structures.
Yeah.
Essentially entering more or less a cityscape clearing. You walk a ornate cobblestone street that leads up to a set of railing overlooking a flowing river far below that has carved out much earth and sits maybe about 50, 60 feet down from where you are. And as you follow that flowing river upwards, upstream, you finally see with your eyes the seat of power in Inaset. A expansive castle-like structure, not a tower. Well, you do actually see part of a tower. The castle spans, more or less bridges the gap over the river that runs beneath it. But in front of the castle, almost as if a torch erupting from the earth, the top of an old elvish tower seemingly collapsed and penetrated into the earth below, bisects the river, causing it to wind around and almost waterfall over the edge on the other side. Sits just in front of this castle.
Like it looks like it's the remains of a tower, potentially?
Yes.
The top of the tower fell.
And even from
Probably
here,
the tower
you can
that we
see
blew up.
almost like a
Didn't we
torch.
go up on here? Oh.
Even in the daylight, a strong radiance is pouring out of the top of this collapsed tower. And Kish, you would know this to be the
side
Radiant
of crime.
Pyre.
Right.
Yeah.
She draws in kind of a heavy breath and lets it out and tries to center herself for what undoubtedly lays before us.
Does my tech magic pick anything wild up as we get close? This would probably be about whenever I would try to time it finishing.
Your detect magic not only picks up magic over the castle in earnest, a number of different enchantments that seem to be focused on protecting the structural integrity of the castle and maybe also giving it some defenses against incursion. You also pick up that bright radiance illuminating from this toppled tower to be oozing with magic. So much so that it's hard to tell exactly what school. It is bright. It is hard to look at, and as such, it carries no color.
From the building, do I get any necromancy, or it's just like enchantment and?
No
Invocation.
necromancy from the building.
I'll see you casting, and if you whenever we get inside, if we get an eye on Tillywith, if there's any necromancy magic surrounding him, let me know in secret.
Okay.
This is the place. This is where we failed. What we tried to do. Do not know how he survived that, but he is alive. I tell you.
I'm so sorry. I was like, who is talking right now?
This is a random person walked up.
I don't know why I'm doing that. Like waiting until you guys forgot somebody was there, and I'm like, I'm that person now.
I was like, who the fuck is talking right now, Alex?
It's actually
holding him, you're like,
Tipo. It's actually Tipo talking.
He talks.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Tipo, the wise elder.
Okay, now you understand if we walk in here and he is not dead, and this is some sort of weird trap. Even
I
if
see
you do
the
not,
thread even now. It
That-
descends
that is great. That
down
does not-
into the
we have explained.
Radiant Pyre.
No, we have explained we do not care about your loose threads
Oh, into the
and
Radiant
what
Pyre, so
color
not
they
the
are.
castle.
Oh,
Or is the
no.
castle called the Radiant Pyre?
It does not move into the castle. It appears maybe he is where we left him, but he lives.
No, he doesn't, but all right.
What?
I have no reason to lie. We are friends.
Was the thread over your head whenever Tristan saw it?
That's
It was
what he said.
actually. It might have been connected to the spear. Tristan was not specific,
Right, but
I
does the thread move physically
myself,
with the person?
I myself had a vision of a thread tied to the spear.
Like it was wrapped around the spear.
Yes, and so when Drazad wielded it, it might have transferred to him, but there could be something on the king's dead body that reactivated.
To my knowledge, it's usually a person and not the thing they possess. A thing does not have a fate such as a human does. But, you know. Shall we?
Back again.
You maneuver onto this bridge structure in front of the castle, which opens up to a large courtyard. Essentially, it's basically the Radiant Pyre bisecting the river that's running underneath, a large courtyard that acts as more or less a bridge, and then the castle at the back of it. The castle appears to be under guard. There are some Sun-Touched soldiers standing there, even with the procession moving throughout the city. But the Radiant Pyre is unguarded and open to any that might want to venture there.
Whirlwind! As we so I kind of want to ask something, but it's weird to ask in character. I know you don't have any armor on. You have like clothing. Do you have anything that if you were wearing armor, magical armor, it would like mess with your
Detect magic?
No, like no,
Like, if barbarians wear armor, their AC is lower.
like that, yeah, like something like that. Is there some like weird like nuance?
Oh, my tattoo.
thing?
Like, if I wear armor, the tattoo doesn't affect my armor. The tattoo's what's giving me the 17. So if I wear armor, whatever my AC is now would be replaced by that armor AC.
Okay, your armor's magical as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you're asking. Yeah.
And is yours magical as well?
My
I don't
armor?
Yeah.
think
think
it
so.
is.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just a +1 hide
Yeah.
from the little bug we
Okay,
got.
great. Before, as we're walking in, I'm gonna rest my hand on Flora's shoulder and go, we should be prepared in case things get out of hand.
Oh, goodness.
And you'll see your like a light gold kind of start to crawl and creep over your armor, and you'll gain a +2 to your AC.
you're like,
How long does that last?
Do you want a +2 to your AC or a +2 to attack or damage rolls?
Well, that attaches to a weapon.
yeah.
When she
yeah,
wild
that's
shapes, she
stupid.
doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was
Um,
testing you.
It's like
You
the
touch your
scene-
fingernails.
Yeah.
How long does it last?
The scene from
Until
The
he
Matrix
wants it to
is
stop.
Like the mirror on
seriously?
you. Ah.
Yeah, until my next long rest or I die.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nobody let Drazad die. As
No promises.
yeah.
Additional
We're
bonus.
agreed then that we go to this thread and not.
Beefy.
I think we should definitely try to figure out what he is talking. Honestly, so just so you know, Drazad does not care about this weave or not the weave. Sorry,
I find that offensive. I thought we were friends.
We're friends.
No, you are friends
No,
with him.
This guy.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
No.
Right. Well,
The weave is
We're
They're
better.
loose
We're better.
threads
We're
of-
better.
I don't
friends.
judge you for the company that you keep.
Oh, that's
Perhaps you should not judge me for my beliefs.
I do not judge
beliefs
you.
lead you to kill people.
No, I do not judge you for your beliefs. I
And yours do not.
judge
How can
you
we-
for your shallow
How can we
depth
mind
of
wash this
how
guy
you go
and
into
keep
your
on with
beliefs. I think I have lost Drazad's train of thought.
Good job.
Oh
happens.
goodness,
We go in, steal the body,
no,
we puppet it, and we
No.
tell the people to not fight.
no. I do not think that.
It's what Tiliuth would want.
That's what tap.
No idea. Keep going.
I'm just
Okay.
curious to see if there is a body. I can't. I saw it immolated in front of my eyes.
Are you proceeding into the Radiant Pyre? It is. The shell is open for you to step into. The light exuding from it is quite bright, but there is a walkable pathway within it.
I wish
Oh.
I wish with all my heart as we step into it.
Yeah, literally.
And we're unchallenged, right?
There's
there
no
haven't-
there's
there
no
haven't
guards
been, There's
there.
no guards.
I need-
or,
This is a
you know,
public
heavy armor.
area,
Okay.
more or less, and you knew that from your time there.
I'm considering sending Tipo ahead, but I hate placing him in danger.
I do not see why we cannot all go in. Might be best for one of these to go first, though.
Okay. I go first.
And I'll lead behind you
Yeah.
as if you were escorting me with a
Bracketing
prisoner.
that
Yes,
guy,
exactly.
Okay.
They take hits better than
Right.
us.
Flora can take
Why
a
are we
hit
gonna
too now.
take hits? Like,
If something is going to attack us, it would be That way.
I'm gonna step out of the way and let it hit you, Valo.
I'll step in front of it.
Thank you.
Then, as all of you
My glowing armor.
step into the heart of the radiant pyre, a hushed reverence hangs over you, bidding you almost forget the distant roar of the cascading river beneath. The colossal torch-like structure welcomes you into the embrace of its cylindrical walls, where the names of those lost in the fall of Inniset over a century ago are etched into solemn remembrance. Bathed in a brilliant light of the sun, magically focused onto a raised dais at the center, the chamber is suffused with an ethereal glow that illuminates every corner with an intensity that borders on divine. As you draw closer to that radiant mode of light, its searing heat serves as a stark reminder of the raw power it holds, a beacon both beautiful and dangerous in equal measure, the light of Imsford incarnate. Here you are within the radiant pyre, more or less a torch with names lined across the cylindrical walls and a giant moat of magical light at the center.
And this is not where the thread is coming from. This is just the entrance to where the thread is coming from.
The thread descends right here. It seems to go down.
Down?
Yes, further down.
Maybe are we down?
In the mode of light that's descending from the center? Is that what like when he points, like he's pointing at the big mode
Yes,
of light?
it goes in there.
This may seem terribly quotidian, but should we alert the authorities?
I thought that's
are
what we
the
were doing.
authorities.
Yes, we just have not run into any except for the giant army
Right.
that was leaving town.
Well, I think we may have a bigger problem if we involve the authorities.
Is his body still in there, maybe?
No, it was.
I saw it. It was incinerated, but
Yeah.
It's possible-
maybe he survived somehow.
It's possible it was reassimilated down below.
On true point, we don't know if they're corrupt or not.
Well, Liam, you were here. How do we
I
get
am
down?
I'm not sure. I do not know how this works. Perhaps there is some mechanism that allows you to go down.
You didn't scope out the place before you came to kill a king?
I did. This is a public area. I knew the king would be here, and I laid in wait for his arrival.
I'm gonna sit in front of the moat, crisscross applesauce,
Okay.
with the staff in both hands, close my eyes, and try to focus on Elwind
Okay.
and see if I can like reconnect with him.
Make an Arcana check. And Odd, what are you doing?
I just investigate this area, looking for maybe secret passages that go down or something.
Make an investigation check for me.
26.
Okay.
I'll walk the perimeter as just to make sure we don't get.
So there's
we don't
nobody
get-
in here?
Come, yeah, snuck up on.
7.
Okay. With your 7, you scan
Roll
the
out 2s tonight.
you scan
Get a
the
zero on the
perimeter wall looking for any loose stones. You find none. This is a very well maintained structure, and it appears solid. Like there doesn't appear to be any trapdoors beneath. And as you sort of stump yourself, you bring your eye line up, and you see some of the names written across the wall. Two stand out to you.
2?
Those?
Both with the surname Irvo.
Oh,
With the surname what?
Mama?
Irvo.
Papa?
Oh.
His mama.
As you look more closely, you see the names Isaac and Even.
You aren't supposed to know this.
And we will
That's what we're
not get
gonna-
into our session,
That's why we're in our...
but I will ask everyone but Valoth to leave the room.
Oh, jeez.
It's not even odd.
No.
Odd's
He
the
rolled
one
a
that
7.
found
If he
him.
rolled a 26, because I'm trying to channel, I'm trying to talk to Elwin.
I'm gonna have all the big surprises for our awesome episode with Angel.
Oh
in it.
my god! Oh, I'm stressed.
You. I might have just given myself over to Elwin.
I can hear them talking from over there.
Angel gets to experience the theorizing office, where everyone goes and hides in the back office and theorizes.
As you begin to focus on Elwind, you try and force a connection. Someone who has been so elusive, who most recently told you to get out in no uncertain terms.
That's it.
You feel like they might be hard to gain connection with. But as you open your mind to the arcane forces swirling about you, you feel your energies being channeled through the staff, and your attention is pulled instantly to it. Your hand, under a weight of a new gravity, pulls the staff in front of you. The umbric symbol corresponding to divination glows brightly and burns a pattern into your vision, but you cannot bring yourself to look away, no matter the pain. It is then that you hear a chorus of voices in your head, all reciting as one. Through the fire, beyond the mist, behind the light, obsidian is. Through the fire, beyond the mist, behind the light, obsidian is. Through the fire, beyond the mist, behind the light, obsidian is. The phrase repeats over and over for what feels like an eternity before it finally subsides in a flash, leaving you lightheaded and groggy as you finally wrench your mind away from the staff's influence. You glance around at your compatriots, and it appears mere moments have passed for them. As you toy with the meaning of this connection you've gained, the words you heard, and the voices that called out to you, that is where we will end our session. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with us for another Wednesday. This was a really cool one, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Make sure and tune in next Wednesday, where we pick up right where we left off, and our dear friend Angel continues to play his character Kish through what I think is probably one of the coolest arcs of our campaign so far. If you're interested as to what's happened leading up to this, or even some of the remarks we made to our previous campaign, all of that is here on the channel. Might as well hit that subscribe button while you're here so you don't miss any of them. And go ahead and buy yourself some beard oil from Tabletop Beard. Use code CHAOS20 at checkout for 20% off. And once you've done all of that, check out our great friends at Darkeport. Angel obviously does a phenomenal job role-playing and drumming up interest with his character. He does that and more over at Darkeport. He is their DM, and their sessions are amazing. All that said...
I'll say one more thing.
Yeah.
All of our old sessions are out there too, but also recaps.
There are recaps.
Artfully put that are quick catch-up videos if you wanna catch up. Morgan and I, or Flora's character, Flora's player, and I struggle because we played in that last campaign, but if you're curious as to what we're struggling with, it's all there.
Yes, definitely check out those recaps. Some of them for this campaign are linked below, and we're getting close to episode 30, so I'll probably be doing another one soon. Keep an eye out for that, and until next time, go out there and make some chaos. Bye!